All right, welcome to Shadow of the Broker 147 Unscripted. We've got 4 players with us today for an adventure that will be kind of made up on the fly based on obligation, duty, and morality. So let's just do a quick round of introductions. We'll roll and take a quick break to give me a chance to figure out what is today's adventure. So we'll start with Rogesh.
So I'm playing Ragesh Vai. He is a former Imperial spy. Went by the moniker of Captain Compnor, and he was actually one of the main villains of Shadow of the Broker Season 1. But he defected to the rebellion thanks to the efforts of the other Broker's agents, and here he is now.
All right, let's go with Vanris.
Hi, I'm Shadowcat, and Venris is a very, very old bounty hunter heading back from the days of the very old Republic and the Sith Empire. Yeah, she's taken on Darth Tormund, Vitiate, also known as Tenebrae, and Valkorian, and she's been only just come out of the deep freeze, so to speak.
All right, next up is Lulu.
Hello, I'm Vicky and I'm playing Lulu. She is an Ewok archaeologist and she decided to go out and about looking for ancient artifacts, and she loves history and everything. And she came across a ship going across the galaxy and decided to kind of smuggle herself on, and has been going about ever since. She's about 30, so that's about a midlife crisis for an Ewok of her age.
Let's see. Let's go with Arlo for the last one.
Okay, so Arlo is a warrior monk, basically, from Killia 4, having basically vacated his home planet where he was not aware of the larger galaxy for the longest time. He's been working with the broker to try to better the galaxy as a whole, and eventually get back to Killia 4 and free his family and friends.
All right. So at the conclusion of the last adventure, we have piled up a lot of new group obligations. We've got
That we did.
for Besadii Betrayal, 10 for Vermalix Vengeance, and 5 for Echoes of Vortka. So if any of those come up, we could have quite the debacle on our hands. Let's see what we get for obligation. All right, Besadii Betrayal. We're going right after it.
Vengeance is swift and immediate.
Oh God, why? Why?
Don't ask me.
Okay, interesting. And then morality is one.
Basically, if it's over 50, it's Arlo.
It's Arlo.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me a sec to come up with something, and we'll be back in just a minute. Right, so just a quick recap for what happened before that little break. We had our obligation and duty roll. Our obligation came up with Besadii Betrayal, which involves the events of our last adventure, where we double-crossed Besadii, and they are upset with us, as you'd expect a powerful Hutt clan to be. All right, so starting out with our briefing. You get a call, and it is General Maydeen again, who says, "Agents, thank you for your work on that last mission. The setback we struck across the Hutt sphere will continue to pay dividends. We're cashing in the first of those already, while Besadii is distracted and outraged at the betrayal. We're going to hit them within their own sphere of influence. We discovered a facility they're running in a mining field, an asteroid field, mining precious ores that we're interested in to continue our capital ship building programs. We have our own veins. We're not trying to move in to their area because holding it would be impractical. We'd spend too many resources fending them off to also continue to take our fight to the Emperor. However, they have mining technology that we have not yet perfected. So what we are tasking you with is to infiltrate and escape with, at the very least, the technical readouts on this mining equipment. Any pieces you can bring back, specifically, or most interestingly, power sources, would be of vastly greater help in our attempt to mine this doomium. And he kind of sends you the coordinates to get there. It's a decent way inside Hutt space. It's in the Loranus system. And he asks if you guys have any questions.
What ship are we taking?
You're free to use your own ship.
We probably shouldn't use our own ship, though. I mean, it's pretty recognizable by...
Yeah, but Besadii knows exactly what our ship is.
Yes.
I mean, they helped us acquire it, so yeah. No, let's not do that.
That's true. You can grab... I don't know, does anyone have a suitably anonymous shuttle in mind?
Honestly, I mean, it's a Hutt operation. You know, they're always getting workers and whatnot. I think that what we should do is find a spot and see if we can actually get taken there specifically by the mining operation when they look for more recruits and whatnot.
Alternatively, the broker has access to a ton of 2400s, right?
Yeah. Not a ton, but enough.
Yeah.
How about if somehow we acquire a Hutt ship and possibly, I don't know, see if we can find a ship that actually has said equipment on board?
The problem would be, I guess we'd have to know where they're shipping it to, right? And intercept it there, potentially, or on the route. And so Arlo will speak up. Like, I don't know much about these matters, but I feel like that may be more effort than we need to spend on such a task.
We've got three ideas so far. We've got a broker YT 2400, steal a Hutt ship, and get effectively recruited, right, Tommy? And
yeah, because I mean, they probably recruit people from the Loranus system, so we might be able just to get a shuttle there from wherever, whatever, sizable colony there is nearby.
I'm used to digging. I like to dig for stuff. Is there?
I mean, that'll help once we get there, but
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not much help with this whole ship thing. I kind of do this thing where I hear about where the ship's going, and I just kind of hop into the cargo hold and eat the pies.
Actually, that would be a very good distraction.
if we need one, yeah.
I'm not positive how I feel about that. It depends on the ship.
If we do decide to steal a ship, you could certainly be a way in.
Are there any large colonies in the Loranus system?
Let's try a hard knowledge outer rim check. Oh, right. I said that. Hold on. Get used to this whole thing.
That sounds like something Lulu can help with.
All right. The
I can
difficulty
do it.
set.
You said outer rim?
Outer rim.
Does anyone have any ranks to help her with if she needs them?
I have one rank.
What do you have in it? Thank you.
I have a rank.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't help with that.
Unskilled assistance then, if we've got the same ranks.
Yep. So, one blue. Boop. And boop.
All right. So what the two ladies in the group are able to pull out of their memory is that Loranis is largely asteroids. There are some colonies.
It's apparently heavily policed too.
Yeah, heavily policed sector. You can't even think about it without sirens going off. But there are a couple settlements within the sector.
That was an ambulance, actually.
So I think that, while it's a possibility of just taking a YT-2400 and going there, it would just be easier and would raise less questions if we were picked up from, by a mining representative at one of the colonies.
Arlo will kind of look around and think, well, not all of us could necessarily pass as having the build of a miner. At the very least, Lulu is very knowledgeable about what we could find.
Oh, but I mean that once we establish which ship is going to be taking us, then we sneak, or Lulu can sneak onto that ship.
We'll figure something out.
I've done it before. I've been doing it for about 10 years now, so hopefully I can help you guys out.
But actually, I mean, going back to the YT-2400 idea, elaborate more on that idea, just so I know where you're going with it.
I was mostly just saying that's also an option if we can't procure another mode of transport there. That was the idea. Was just we could take the 2400. That was the whole idea.
So in other words, like pose as new employees heading.
Yeah, well, we could show up looking for work in the 2400, as opposed to going somewhere to get recruited first. But
Well, we could be signing on as a new type of courier.
Whatever it may be, because with the 2400, at the very least, we can offer our services for delivering the goods, which may work out to our advantage.
I just think it might be more suspicious just to show up there. Actually, speaking of which, how secret are these facilities? That didn't even...
That's a good question.
Yeah, there isn't much. So what the Rebel kind of probe ship that has been snooping has discovered is there's not a ton of activity in or out of the system.
So just showing up unannounced probably wouldn't work out well.
They didn't see
Normally works good for me.
They didn't see a whole lot of traffic coming in or out. It was mostly the Besadii ore barges that you'd expect kind of servicing the sector. Yeah, not lots of like through traffic. It's definitely not like a hub kind of area.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of need to suss out some details before we show up there. So it would be best to start at one of the colonies nearby in the system.
That works.
All right. So how are you planning to get to the colony?
I think that's where we can use the YT-2400 because, I mean, it's a colony, it's a common ship, so it wouldn't raise too many questions. Or we could take a shuttle, I mean, either way.
2400 might be best because that way we have some guaranteed
get out plan.
Yeah, we have a guaranteed escape vehicle as opposed to a shuttle, which who knows.
It could just be random, smugglers, mercenaries looking for work. I mean, it's Hutt space, so they're used to that.
Okay. Anything else you want to discuss before heading out?
Do you know if anything other than these gems that might be there? Like anything old?
Like
a lot
of relics, artifacts.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, they certainly weren't paying attention for anything like that, given the sector, but I guess the space topography, for lack of a better word, of this sector, the astrotopography. It's unlikely.
It's an asteroid. Okay.
Heavily asteroided. Yeah, some of the asteroids are kind of approaching planet size.
Okay.
But it's definitely not.
They were probably never settled.
Okay, that makes more sense. I did not hear that part. That was my fault.
It's all good.
Well, I'm thinking that since things are so hot right now with Besadii, we should probably all be in disguises.
That sounds like your department, Ragesh.
Yeah, so it's up to you, James, because I've got that disguise kit that just does it. But if you
Right.
want to roll, I mean, it's. But we kind of have a lot of time just to plan this, so.
Yeah.
There's no real time
Would
crunch.
they actually know who I am? Because I just joined.
But you did go on the last
You were
adventure.
there.
Of
Oh,
Yeah, we could
okay.
just color your fur different.
Yeah, so I think we can definitely say it just works because I presume, you got the time to come up with something. That said,
Do
Vanris,
they have? I was going to say, do they have any type of armor, anything like that, on board that I could use?
they who?
The rebellion.
Just
We
alternate
can-
armor, yeah.
We can do a little quick visit to the quartermaster if you want afterwards.
Yeah.
That won't take too long. Did Vanris do Jack's kind of last arc, or was that Dara?
It was Fenris.
Fenris. It was
Okay.
Fenris all the way through.
She was there in most of it, actually, too. She only missed one, I think.
So Vanris
Yeah.
and Lulu will have a slightly harder time slightly harder time staying unrecognized if it comes to someone taking a good look, because they're kind of people of interest at the moment, whereas the other two are a little bit they're known, but they're not kind
Right.
of hot ticket items.
So in other words, like a bonus to perception to overcome the difficulty imposed by the flesh tech camo set.
For those two, something like that. Does it set a difficulty for identifying people through it?
It does.
I could pretend that I'm a backpack and just kind of hang on her back and
That
not.
only works so well.
I mean, I'm little.
Don't worry, it's just recorded luggage.
Formidable, Tommy?
Yeah, with one auto upgrade.
Whoa. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Is that just what it does, or is it like based on your stat?
It's just what it does. The upgrade was because I got 2 triumphs when creating it, and the GM on duty. Who was that?
Wasn't Kyle, was it?
No, it wasn't
Kyle likes his OP items.
In retrospect,
Was
it
it
probably
Jack?
should have just been like 2 setbacks, but Dart. It was Dart actually.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's way back.
Wow.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, we can discuss kind of disguises as we're heading that way on the ship. So, yeah, Vanris, you're looking for armor. What sort of armor are you looking for?
Anything that covers face, any recognition at all?
So we need, a specific item, though, to figure out the difficulty.
I expect they've probably got some Mandalorian type armor here, something similar to the Hunter's armor or something like that.
I would not assume... Hunter's armor is custom built, isn't it? Based on,
Some of it is, some of it you can actually buy because it's actually put it into the book as in.
Well, I think that's just a
Selling
reference.
features.
I don't think it's actually meant to be just.
Yeah, I'm not... That I'm going to...
Anything-
That kind of thing. We're on a
Yeah, time sensitive thing.
No,
Anything that could cover.
ship. They're not going to have, Mandalorian armor.
Yeah, anything that could just cover her face.
So just like a standard padded armor or armored clothing or something. Or,
Well, she's got armored clothing. I'm just thinking of something. That
Laminate?
that would just hide her features. Laminate is on. There's some laminate on the ship, but it's stormtrooper armor.
Right, I'm talking if you want to look around this ship for any sort of laminate.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
thinking of things that have, face covering.
yeah.
I mean, in theory, pretty much any given armor could have some kind of helmet.
Sure. But if she wants to upgrade, I'm not hearing specific suggestions, so I'm just throwing something out.
Yeah, I did say some sort of armor, but
All right, so that's going to
anything.
be a +3 rarity modifier. So it's daunting.
Okay, so which would it be?
I said that.
Which is what? Coming under what?
Negotiation.
I thought it would be. Where are we? Come on. Oh, crap and stick.
But
Okay.
I will let you add boosts for half of the highest contribution then. I think it's 4 right now. So you can add 2 boosts.
Okay.
And thank Rogesh later.
His mere presence has given you the ability to find this better.
Yeah, people talk, people hear things.
Okay, and I'm actually going to use the light side for this
All right.
to upgrade. Because you're set on your end.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Nope.
So
Nice.
So you don't find any laminate armor, but you do manage to find like an infantry helmet that can provide some, facial obscuration. It's not perfect, but it'll help a little bit.
Okay.
I was gonna say, you can always cut off some of my fur and make a little fur mask.
I don't think that's how that works.
I have a lot of fur. I'm covered in it, literally.
I see you still haven't washed all that baby juice up from last time.
All right. Anything else we want to do before we get heading towards the system?
Are we going to color me differently? Like maybe
we
a
can talk about
darker
that
color or a lighter color or something?
We can talk about disguises once you leave, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
How much hair dye for Ewok?
I think Arlo's
I want to
fine
be
on
purple.
stuff.
All right. In that case, you guys head to the ship and head on. So while we're flying, let's take a quick moment to just kind of go over everyone's kind of false identity, just so you guys all have a good idea of what's what.
So Arlo isn't necessarily a prominent member of the broker's agents. Like, he hasn't seen a lot of action underneath the broker. So I don't know if he even needs too much of a disguise. Just some minor changes here and there, I guess.
All right.
But he could probably, go in as a minor potentially, assuming that's what we're kind of shooting for.
Anyone else?
I will defer to you guys because I usually just go in as myself. So, and I hide myself pretty well. So I will defer to whatever you guys suggest.
Ragesh, since he usually falls back on Pantoran disguises, he's pretty familiar with their culture and whatnot. I mean, he's pretty much an honorary Pantoran. He will be the Pantoran merchant Venmo.
With his schmancy new datapad app.
Exactly.
All right, and then D, anything you're gonna do with Vanris?
I think with the infantry helmet, she's going to put a crest on the armor, on the helmet, as she's as the ship is flying. And for a name, I haven't thought of one yet, so bear with me 2 seconds, and you can come back to me if you want.
Yeah, no worries. Anything else you want to add for disguises? Ready to arrive?
I'm ready.
I'm not sure. Would you reckon? Oh, yeah, okay. She'll have half a facial tattoo on the other half of the face, on half of the face. A dragon hatchling. I know she's got a dragon going down her left sleeve from the top of her shoulder all the way down. So I think a hatchling. A dragon wing on the side of her face on this side.
All right. It's not a bad idea, the fake tattoo. All right, so you arrive in the sector, the system, right at the edge. The coordinates you were given were pretty far out, only because it's definitely a navigational. Oh, yeah, sorry. Here they come. Navigational hazard of a pretty significant. Actually, I'm just going to skip us ahead one more. So this is kind of what the mining laser looks like. It is, for kind of scale, the entire unit that you see kind of to the right, the longer one, is about 10 feet. So you'd have a really, really hard time getting a whole one out, but there are definitely components you could carry, within reason.
Could we electronically scan it just to get, dimensions, configuration, etc.?
Yeah, so that was kind of the baseline request. Was it at the minimum, technical readout? Any parts you bring would be a bonus. So anyways, yeah, the coordinates you were given pull you out right at the edge of the system. With all the asteroids moving around, it's really dangerous to try to jump deeper into the system because, where was safe 3 days ago might now be, a planet-sized asteroid or something like that would just obliterate you. So you're pretty far out on the edge of the system. The good news of that is, though, no one's noticed you yet. You're outside of kind of their sensor range at this point.
Okay. Is anyone able to see the Destiny pool? Because all I can see is 1 light and 4 dark. Because I know I've used 1 light.
That's what it is.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
We didn't get that many light side. We got a lot of dark.
Yeah, Tommy rolled 1, Arlo adds 1, and that was it.
Right. Okay. I was just checking.
You had a question for us, Dee, but I don't think you finished it.
No, I think that was it. That was the question, I think. Oh, okay. So that minimum is a scan head to toe from the mining laser, technical readouts, etc., power specs, and small components. So what we could try and do is steel parts. Would that be feasible?
Wait, why are we trying to steal parts?
That was one of kind of the, at minimum they wanted the technical readouts, but if you could bring back components, that was also valuable as well.
Oh, I thought you meant steal parts right now. I was like, wait, what? Okay, got it.
Yeah, I think Dee was just recapping the objective.
Yeah. Oh. Also, could we, as we are, scouting out part of the area, could we call on some resources to feign a attack on some of the mining areas, which would probably leave security a little bit thin, and we could probably go in and acquire something.
I don't know. I think an attack on something like this, if it's not necessary, could actually create heightened security on every point, sort of thing. I mean, that would definitely be. I feel that's more of a last resort. It would be best to try to do this quick in, quick
Covertly.
out.
Yeah, because the last thing we want to do is draw a lot of attention to ourselves. I mean, we kind of just wanted to infiltrate, right? We didn't
Yeah.
want to actually be all like, "Hey, we're here," you know, unless we had to.
And also, the larger the incident, the more they think that it's the rebellion. Whereas it could just be some
Yeah.
random competitors or just single party theft sort of thing.
Okay.
All right. So if we want to fly towards the planet, we do need to do a little bit of kind of navigating dangerous terrain. So
I believe that's Vanrus.
Has anybody got any ranks in flying?
I do.
Okay, yay, good. Because I was about to say the person who normally flies is not here.
Correct.
1 yellow and 4 greens.
oh yeah, that's not bad. So the dangerous terrain rules work whichever is the higher of speed and silhouette, so you can't go 4. So it'll be a base of daunting, and it's upgraded by your speed. And here, speed will have a couple of different factors. So obviously, the faster you're going, the kind of further you'll make it before they are able to either, if it comes to this, like intercept you with fighters, or just, kind of try to stop you for an inspection, or to greet you, but it might not be like a friendly greeting. Obviously, slower is more cautious.
I think slower. I mean, there's no rush for us to get there, and if they do stop us, it's like, yeah, hello, we're not trying to sneak our way to this place specifically. So
That's good. So your max speed is 3.
I say that we just go speed 1. We're careful traders. So
Floating with the refuse or the asteroids, more or less.
I mean, if I can get a co-pilot check, we can get rid of that.
I
auto-upgrade.
was just about to say I can do a co-piloting if I can.
Right. Co-piloting check is ready.
Okay, here we go. Cross your fingers. Oh wow! At least something's got right today.
Very nice.
All right. So we will add. And I actually want to check on the stats of the YT. No handling. Okay, that's what I thought. So you do get the downgrade.
But maybe
and
like
then
a setback or something because of those.
It is also a setback.
Are you gonna?
Actually, no. I'll hold on to that for something else.
Oh, okay.
It'll depend on how the next roll goes. But yeah, you can just take the downgrade. But I will. Oh no, I won't flip because it'll downgrade again. So let me lock in the difficulty here. It is ready whenever you are.
All right.
Nice. So, yeah, you managed to dip and dodge all the asteroids, admittedly going pretty slowly. I guess I never really quantified kind of what speed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 look at other than comparatively, but you're taking it real cautious. You're moving, but it's Joken would probably be teasing you. It's in the back of your head. So you'll just take a strain for that, personal strain for that. It's even though you're going slow, it's still pretty nerve-wracking to fly a borrowed ship in this kind of territory.
Give Dara a call. I think she might give you a hand at upgrading your piloting skills.
And then, kind of as you approach, you come around one of the smaller asteroids, and ahead of you, there's a planet that you can see pretty clearly. And then there's, the asteroids kind of continue, these little tiny dots kind of everywhere in the distance. It's hard to see them, obviously, with the dark background, but there is a couple larger specks far off on the far side of the planet in the distance that are definitely larger than any of the asteroids that you came past. And you get a hail from a Gran demanding to know who you are and what you're doing in the Lorana system.
All right. Hello, friend. This is Venmo Pepinoida of the Goodbye, B-U-Y. And we're here for a little bit of trading.
He'll say we have all the things we need supplied. I can't imagine what you'd be selling that we want.
Stuff that you haven't got and you really want.
He said,
Nonsense, my good man. How do you know before you actually look at the stock that I've got?
We're in a situation where whatever we want, we ask for, and then we almost always get it. This is an important. We're important.
So what happens if your comms go down, and you really, really need to get through to something, to get something?
Then we'd send a courier.
Sorry, I'm just thinking for a second here.
Okay.
Same here.
I'm trying to think.
I
maybe-
kind of nudge Vanarus and I go, I do have some little relics on me. Maybe they might be interested in that. I don't want to say anything because I tend to get very tongue-tied, and bigger people like that scare me.
Arlo will kind of whisper down to her and say, I don't know if they're interested in those. They seem a little more... seem to be interested in things that are practical to their daily life at this point.
No offense, you're a little creepy.
Fenris will mouth to them no. Venmo. Pleasures of the body, pleasures of the mind.
I'm going to shake my head. Just, it needs to be something that if they do actually search our stock, we'll have. So actually, Venmo will say, I actually have never before released footage of Captain Compnor. Holodisc.
Can't go wrong with a little entertainment.
Exactly. I mean, it's it's hard work out there for miners and whatnot, and I'm not saying specifically mining like there, just in case that might tip them off.
You are saying it, or you're not saying it?
No, I'm not going to say mining.
Okay.
I'll just say, for hard workers, a little bit of entertainment, and some of this footage was pulled because of the ineptness of the Empire that was shown within some of Captain Compnor's failed missions, but highly entertaining nevertheless. Never seen before.
Personally, is not a big Captain Compnor fan, but certainly, some of the guys around are.
Unless Ragesh used his biggest fan.
Right, yeah, that's a great idea. That's perfect. Thank you for reminding me about that. May I use that?
To make a check for biggest fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me find it real quick. It is a... Alright, biggest fan. Once per session may take the biggest fan action, make a hard charm check to turn one NPC into the character's biggest fan.
Alright, I'm going to add a setback and an upgrade. The upgrade because it's kind of a... Actually, no, that would make more sense, I guess, on the following check. But I'll flip to upgrade.
Okay. I would like to flip in my direction, but I guess you'll take care of that, or should I?
No, you can click it on the roller.
The way we've been doing it is anything on the difficulty side, anything that the GM sets, they do, and then anything positive to the player, they put in.
Got it. So I will flip, and how do I flip? I don't see that.
There is a use destiny button, or use light side.
Got it. Okay.
And then make sure you have to mark the upgrade, or does it do that automatically?
No, you have to mark the upgrade.
Yeah, you got to mark it.
So just add an upgrade to the pool at the top.
Oh, I see, and it just does it. Okay.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to work out the exact difference in the dice.
Right, and then you have a setback added because you're doing this over the column.
All right. So you're setting that.
Yep.
As GM. Okay.
I was just letting you know it's there.
Got it. Okay. So I upgraded and did that. So let's see.
Haha!
All right. You have Captain Copnor tapes?
I do.
We can definitely work out a deal. So it's still going to be a negotiation check, but you're going to get pretty substantial benefits to it. First off, I'm going to remove any ability he has in negotiation for the purpose of it. So it's going to be, let's see, it's going to be hard, but you're going to get 3 boosts.
Okay. Does anyone have skill in negotiation, by the way?
I'm going to say probably not for Arlo. If this was Aiden, then yes, but no, Arlo's got none.
Nope.
No, sorry.
No dice. Literally.
All right. Let's see.
I'm sure you have at least 1 or 2 dice. Just no upgrades.
All right, so he says, threats may have made you transmit a little bit of it ahead of time just for, insurance, but he's like hook, line, and sinker right now. So he's directed you down to a colony. It's actually kind of a medium-sized spaceport down on the planet.
All right. So as we land, I'll even transmit the theme song of Captain Compnor as we're going down.
That's amazing.
You're unshocked to see that when your ship lands, he's like there. And he walks up to you. There's a couple guards behind him, but they're, pretty chill. He's their boss. He's pretty psyched. They're just happy to, not have to deal with angry people today. And he walks up as soon as your landing ramp goes down and holds his hand out for the tapes.
So as he does that, I actually stand up and put on the accent of an Imperial officer like Captain Compnor and totally do the voice of Captain Compnor as I hand over the tapes. And then switch back to a normal voice and just see, I'm his biggest fan.
Yeah, so he's going to say, whoa, do I get to keep these? Like, you seem like you're a huge fan too. Like, is this something you came to sell, or are these your own personal collection?
Well, let's just say that you get 1 bonus disc, but yes, these are for sale.
Oh, well, we can definitely work out a deal. How much? How many discs have you shown him?
So I'll say 3 discs so far.
Okay.
And actually, I'll just say, well, I definitely would like some credits for these, but information is also something that I like to purchase. And most notably, new markets that might be available for the good buy.
So he waves you to follow. He's like looking through them in his hand, like the like titles or whatever, as you walk back towards his office. Or you don't have to follow him. He offers to come back to his office he wants to like check him out. It's asked if he can like check him out, before he buys, and discuss anything like this with you.
And he's Gran, right?
Yeah.
All right, 1 second.
Oh no. Did you have an adventure that you were going to do called Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Or Grand Theft Speeder or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Do it. Do it.
Oh, he's got so many just names for sessions that are like intriguing.
Or horrifically good puns.
Oh yeah, there was the one claws, which is just basically Jaws.
That's the best way to describe a good pun. Horrifically good.
Yeah. All right, I'm just going to give you a picture of a gran if anyone doesn't know what a gran looks like. That's a gran. So yeah, he is slipping.
Pregnant gran.
Back in his office. Yeah, he's like, okay. I mean, these are fantastic. How did you get these? Like, I've been looking for anything Captain Compton related on the HoloNet, and there's nothing out there beyond the regular stuff.
I have my ways.
Well, he's like, I'm a huge fan too. Come on, like you got to help me out.
Hey, you can't expect me to give away all my secrets, but there may be some more discs in your future. But yeah, let's talk about markets around here and tell me more about the Lorana system. So I'm trying to steer the conversation without making it obvious, but you know what I mean? Like, in other words, I want to use a streetwise check to kind of get information between the lines on the system and the mining operation.
Okay.
Oh, I know. So I'll basically say like, oh, remember that episode of Captain Compnor and that mining colony that he had to destroy, but almost didn't make it out? There was actually an alternate ending. So things like that.
The funny thing is, most of this probably isn't even lying because he was Captain Commodore, so he would know about these.
How about, blooper discs, collect director's editions, casting, trials, etc.?
But, specifically, I'm just trying to get him to talk about, like, oh, we've got a mining colony here. Something like that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. So I've set up a difficulty for Streetwise for you.
All right, cool. Let's see.
It does have setbacks. So if you have setback removal, make sure you put that in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will do so.
And if you just hit the arrow down, I think you've probably seen that.
Yeah, actually, I don't think I have. Oh, I do have -1 for Streetwise.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get that in there. Do
Make
I
sure
get
you
any
click
boost
off the
for
dice
the tall tales?
Yeah, you can have 2.
Tommy, just for reference, make sure you click off of the dice pool after you've edited it. So like click out into like nothingness on the character sheet. So otherwise it won't register.
Got it. Good to know.
Oh yeah, I did that a bunch, or didn't do that a bunch.
Yeah.
All right, here goes Streetwise.
Wow, you got a lot.
Did you roll any success? Oh no, you rolled 3 success. Okay.
Oh dear. Let's see what I can do. I don't know if I have a Streetwise reroll by now. Let me double check though.
You have a bunch of them though, right?
I do, but I don't think I do for that specifically. So, but that's fine. So didn't get the information that I wanted, but got a lot of advantages. So, so maybe because I was going for the mining operation, but maybe there's something completely separate that he talks about.
Yeah, I'll give you a ton of information about Loranis. So it'll be just a big information dump, not kind of accounting for 1-to-1 or anything like that. So, yeah, he starts talking about the Loranis sector, how it, they've moved in here in the last, 6 months, 8 months, and he's being a little coy still, you can tell, but he's not mentioning who they're kind of. It's not really a benefactor, but who their employer is.
We know it's a Besadii operation, right?
You guys know that. He doesn't know you know that.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So he is talking about how, like I mentioned earlier, like anything we need, we get. Like our employer wants us to be happy out here. What we're doing is, really important. And, let me tell you, these tapes, they couldn't have gotten this. And, the boys are going to love it. This is awesome. I love it. And when I'm happy, they're happy.
For some of those advantages, maybe he mentions that they need workers or something.
Oh.
Yeah, sure. He'll mention that, like I said, we've only been out here a couple months. Things are growing really quickly. And it's so far been a lot easier to, I've got another thing to add in there too, to bring in, it's been hard to get good paid labor. So we've been shipping in some slaves recently down in the mines. They don't do a good job, but sometimes you just need hands.
Yep. Venmo nods.
I guess he did mention that they're mines. He's not going to tell you anything about them, really.
So,
Could he
who
use
is...
hands of the furry variety?
Sorry, I missed that. What was that?
Could he use hands of the furry variety?
In small places.
With that question, he looks down at her and it's like,
Hi.
Normally for miners, we look for the bigger, stronger sorts.
I can get into small spaces, though, because I'm so little.
Yeah, but this isn't a game about being little. This is a big game about moving big rocks and stuff.
Oh. Okay, I just thought I'd try something. I just want to help.
So who is... You mentioned a mine. I actually... I've got some deals back in Hutt space for some intrepid miners that are looking for work at the moment.
Oh, you got some miners who are looking for work?
Yeah.
Tell me about them.
I mean, just well, the best thing is they're desperate for work. Don't really care about safety conditions. Just hard on their luck. But I took pity on them because hey, it's hard out there in Hutt space. So, yeah. Who could I hook them up with to seek some work around here?
I'd be the guy, but
oh,
how have they missed it? We're putting out, we're looking for people all the time. How have they not been paying any attention? Are they kind of dumb?
So actually, as he says that, I kind of make a motion of drinking.
Mm. He kind of steeples his hands in front of his face and says, I need workers badly, but I don't want unreliable workers. It's, maybe you have them visit me and I interview them. You've given me a little bit of background. I can assess for myself. But if they come here, tell them to tell the whoever's on duty that they're friends of Venmo, and I'll make sure they get through to me.
All right, we'll do.
Could we use our contacts on the base planet and hire them to come out?
Which base planet?
The broker's base planet. I keep forgetting the name.
Oh, no, the whole point out why I was doing this is because we would go back to the ship and then disguise ourselves as miners
Right.
and
right.
smuggle Lulu
Yeah.
in as well. The three of
Right.
us, big guys
Furry
compared to
backpack.
Lulu. And yeah, who knows?
Or we just put her in a box.
Oh, sorry.
Just give me room to breathe, please. That's all I ask.
Tommy, you were saying to him that the miners are already on your ship?
Sure.
Oh, I just hadn't fully understood and wanted to make sure.
Or no, we can wait a day while we kind of get the. I'll just say that they're in a nearby system. I had dropped them off, but I could tell them where to go. Or do you guys think I should just say that they're on the ship? That sounds better. Let's just do that.
It might be, more efficient.
Yeah. Yeah, they're tagging along.
Well, you got them here. They can come. I'm here all afternoon. They can come in and we can do our little interview whenever they're ready. But there's some credits in it for you. We have a
finder's fee.
Yeah, fine. I was going to say a bounty, but it's kind of like an opposite bounty. But yeah, we've got a little reward program for people who can bring us workers, and
incentive program.
But make sure when you send them over that they're ready. If they bomb it, there's nothing I can do.
All right, will do. So
I assume kind of we can negotiate the exchange of Captain Copnor tapes in the background.
Sure. Yeah.
But now he would want, if we're kind of done with that side of things, he wants to turn back to purchasing those, kind of the end of the conversation of important things, if you guys are ready.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys can go back to the ship, redisguise yourselves.
Yep.
And how are you hiding Lulu at the moment? Is she just going to hang back in the ship for the moment, or what's the...
Yeah, I think she should probably hang back, because once we know where to go, then we can or she can sneak on to, shuttle.
We can either go out and grab her or have her sneak in. Yeah.
I'll try to sneak in. I'll just.
She's not super stealthy. She's just small.
I'll just stay back. And are there any pies on the board? I'm kind of hungry.
There's
Got
not
rations. I would
good
stay away
food.
from Silo's pies.
It's not art.
Oh.
So there's it's not like fantastic food.
Is there anything munchable? I'm not bored while I'm sitting here.
There's rations.
Definitely snacks.
Okay. I'll stay back and have a couple snacks, and I'll wait for them to calm me or come get me or something or whatnot, so I know when it's good to go.
That sounds like a solid plan.
Okay. So I'll just sit back, relax, and maybe catch up on some reading or something. I don't know.
Start studying her artifacts.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone goes back to the ship, it sounds like, and redisguise yourselves.
Yeah. Maybe we won't have to have probably be armorless, right? We'd have to be in like some kind of mining outfits.
I've just got a junk outfit on right now and second skin armor, but yeah.
Yeah, any sort of kind of casualish clothes would make sense, I think. So the three of you go back. Part of me feels like there should be a chance for him to realize that, like, these guys are oddly similar to some degree. Obviously not perfectly, but
a little
bit.
bit.
I mean, that could be the chance for him to make the check to look, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, let me roll. So the difficulty, Tommy, is
4 perps and 1 red.
all right, but he's going to get some boosts because his perception isn't really great, but he will get. Actually, I'll give him 3 boosts and then a setback because he's still a little distracted by the prospect of going home and watching these tapes tonight. And I will flip to upgrade.
I love how well that paid off.
Oh, let's flip to upgrade the difficulty then.
Okay.
So flip it back
You
the
got
other
it,
way.
and I can't. I only have the use dark side button.
Well, in theory, you can pull up any other character sheet, James, and do it. But yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'll do it.
Or you can just manually edit the number.
Oh, also a good point. All right. This is unlikely to succeed, but things happen. And it's a perception check.
Wow. How?
Oh man. Uh-oh. Gosh, we're in trouble.
Where's the triumph? But I needed it earlier.
So,
that's unexpected.
So when he, as soon as I see the look of recognition, I'm going to shoot him with a poison dart. But he does get a triumph, so... Actually, you say what happens first, and then...
Yeah, so he's going to immediately... Yeah, you do notice his 3 eyes kind of go big, and then real... See how this one's got the really narrow eyes right now? His eyes go real big and then real narrow. He's like checking you guys out. And I will actually... those threats are interesting. What are you guys thinking for the threats?
I say for the threats, like, it's just that he's so stunned that it's like, wait a minute, it's you! That it gives us a chance to act before he can...
That makes sense. The triumph, though, is that he's going to say, oh, wait, it's you, and unknown to you, though you may suspect it, he has like security cameras in his office. So there's now evidence that he knows who you are, and that you have poison darted him. Yeah, I mean, make that check, but it's going to be short range. It's easy. Let me get that dialed in.
I can't believe he succeeded that. Especially with 2 of those boosts going blank.
I mean, it keeps things
I can't believe
exciting,
he
so...
did that with the magnitude of success he succeeded with as well. I expected to come away with a failure and a couple of advantages, something like that.
And I am blissfully unaware on the ship.
All right, my difficulty's locked in.
All right. I don't have time to aim. I'm just popping off a shot, so here goes. Let's see. Where'd it go?
If need be, Arlo can jump in too.
Right, just sock him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving this a shot, and then we'll go into like a kind of quick initiative. Otherwise,
Oh, I miss.
oh no. So we'll roll initiative real quick, but it will be you guys will all get 2 boosts.
And this would almost certainly be cool, I would assume.
You're being super cool. He's being
Panicked.
Because we're going into this whole thing like something could happen at any moment. So.
Right.
All right. And Tommy, just so you're aware, the combat tab has initiative. It's like a separate thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Whoa, that's scary.
Oh man, Venrus, I like it. That's good. Looks like you all go before him. Oh wait, no, one doesn't. No, everybody does.
Yeah, everybody does.
Wait, I thought, didn't you say everybody got boost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then how come Arlo and Rogue
Because we
didn't?
forgot to add the boosts.
Yeah,
Okay,
we just forgot
so
to add.
you
So,
Yeah.
So let me just. Okay. I mean, whatever. We're still all beating him, so I don't think it matters.
Okay, I
Not
just
gonna wind up behind him.
Oh, that doesn't work. I forgot how it works to roll.
just add 2 boosts, and then there's a roll button in the middle.
Yeah, on the dice pool. You can roll just whatever's in the dice pool.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
I've got to zero it out. My bad. Now it's zeroed.
Oh, I didn't even mean to roll. I shouldn't have rolled 2, but it didn't matter anyway. So.
Yeah, you guys are all going first, anyways. You can have a
Okay.
argument on your own of who rolled the best, but you're definitely all better than him.
Okay, can Venris just fly? Well, is that,
I mean,
is that
Arlo
his
can do
deck?
this nice and quiet.
Okay, can Venris go up behind him and choke him out?
That would be a brawl check.
Yeah.
I'm curious. What's Arlo gonna do?
I mean, Arlo was going to do that, but, you know.
Who's a better fighter?
Almost certainly Arlo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's try to get this done as quickly as possible. So let's have Arlo do some punchy.
Yeah. So this would be what, would it be brawl or?
Yes.
Okay. Since it's just choking him out, I'm going to go unarmed instead of.
Right, and so it sounds like you're dealing strain damage, probably. You're
Yeah.
trying to make him unconscious without actually, like, kicking the crap out of him.
Yeah. Okay. Will this be an opposed brawl, I guess?
No, it's just standard.
Okay. So, 12 damage, all strain.
Yikes. That does it.
Nice. Good job.
And so Arlo basically just runs up to him real fast, gets him in a chokehold, and just lets him down easy.
Yep. So he's still like, what? Like, so surprised as you make a run for him, and it's like over before he has processed it. Like, he knows it's you guys, but he's like still a little bit in disbelief as he goes dark that it's you guys.
Right. Gosh, I think we need to get as much information as possible from, this computer system, and then try to get to the mining colony ASAP.
So up until getting to this guy, like things were relatively clear, right? Like Lulu walking up again wouldn't be an issue.
That what? Sorry, I missed the end of that.
Having Lulu come over here and do a computer thing wouldn't be a problem, I assume.
Well, I mean, she was on the ship, so it
It'll
depends
take-
on how long it.
Oh yeah, it might take a bit. Yeah.
You've got tons of.
All right, fair enough.
Venris will say, Lulu, your services are required in the office.
what happened? I thought you guys were talking to him. Well, why are my services required?
Wait, do we have
just-
time for that? Because
I don't know if we do.
Yeah,
You might.
that's.
It's hard to say.
I don't think
Just-
we do. I mean, just in terms of, I don't want to meta it too much because obviously Lulu has a better dice pool, but we're not going to wait in an office when anyone can just walk by for a check. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
That might be.
That's
not a good
fine. I
plan.
have no problem with that.
Yeah. Is there like a locker or something we can stuff him in?
No, his office doesn't have any lockers, but it's like an office. He's got a desk and some filing cabinets and stuff. So there's definitely like a corner you could stash him in for the moment. But
How long have they been gone for? Like just a couple of minutes?
it's like a
However long it takes to walk from the ship to there. So
15-minute walk. Yeah.
Okay, so I should probably not worry until about after another 15.
Oh, probably more than that even, because they went back to talk. Like, who knows how long they could talk for? Like,
Oh, okay.
Whenever,
I just want to make sure because I don't want to like accidentally calm to them and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And they're still talking to the guy. Yeah, okay. No problem. No problem.
So,
all right, so who's got the best int out of us here?
Yeah, so between Arlo and Vanris, do either of you have an intelligence
No.
higher than 2?
Nope.
No.
All right, so I've got 2 skill in computers and 2 intellect.
Arlo,
so-
actually, Arlo probably shouldn't give an unskilled boost. He's not a computer guy, any stretch of the imagination.
all right, sounds
Vanris will
like
give you an unskilled boost.
all right.
All right.
I feel like if Arlo helped, it would also add an upgrade in the difficulty. So
Yeah. All right. The difficulty is in there.
All right, so here it is.
I gave you. Well, you didn't put your
Oh.
ability in there.
That's weird. Oh, I just rolled the. My
You rolled
fault.
the-
I didn't actually roll the skill. Duh.
I'll
try that
clear it
again.
and just roll your skill now.
All right. Let's see. Do you want me to roll the boost again? Like, are we doing a new roll?
I'll take the
or-
boost off.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, so just roll the
Yeah,
skill.
just roll your skill. I gave you 2 boosts because of you caught him by surprise, so the system wasn't all the way secured. So you succeed with a threat. So here's what's going to happen for the threat. Just one though. Ooh, you start to hear some traffic passing by the door potentially. But you do manage to get into his computer with kind of the whole thing at your fingertips. You caught him by such surprise they didn't even get to lock it or anything.
Venrus will chuck a couple of her binders over to Aro and say, put these on him, and if you can, gag him.
Arlo's got some rope on him as well that he could use. So he'll tie him up, cuff his hands to something.
And we need this guy. Like, I mean, Rigesh doesn't want to kill this guy, but he definitely wants him to be out for a long time. So I want to make a medical check just to make sure that this guy is out. Like, I want to induce a coma. Or induce a coma. Gosh, I always do that. Induce a coma.
A medical.
Do you have a toxin that would do something like that? Either like the...
Well, basically what I would be doing is, using one of the stagger ones, but instead of just like popping them, like literally doing like a main line or a spinal tap with it.
Oof.
Because I mean, it's not like I'm attacking him. I have all the time in the world now, but that's why I'm thinking a medical check instead, just to make sure that he.
So you're doing like a calculated overdose?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. It is. I flipped and it is set. Oh, sorry, not yet. Okay, there's a 4-second here and in there.
All right, so medicine check, and it's got its own. Thank you there. Okay.
Ah.
He will be out pretty much. I mean, for the triumph, I'd give you. He'll be out until he's not out.
Perfect.
Based on but he'll need medical care to get brought back at this point. He's like in a super stable chemical coma, but it's really stable.
All right, cool.
All right, no risk of him getting up. So we'll kind of hide him, stash him in a corner somewhere so he's hard to find. And
All right. So yeah, computer is open to you now.
All right, so I start looking for information on the mining colony and how best to get up there and whatnot.
All right. So there are shuttles back and forth, obviously, between the mine. There's kind of one main, mining asteroid that is, it's a small planet, basically. Small moon more, I guess, but it's substantial enough that it has an atmosphere. It's got like a settlement on. It's not just like a ship pulls up to it and starts mining kind of thing. And it, there's a schedule. You've got its, probably 2 trips each way each day. And
So,
what was that?
Never mind. Keep going.
Yeah, and there's, most of the miners live up on kind of in prefab shelters, but it's not exclusively. Some of them do make the trip back and forth. Those who might have a little more money and want slightly nicer living conditions do live down on the planet here.
While Ragesh is looking in the computers, would Ragesh be able to access some of the systems, the schematics for the
mine? I don't know if there's schematics for mine. Maybe just, a map.
Yeah, either schematics for the mine or for the lasers.
You don't find anything about the lasers on his computer.
Right.
So Arlo will actually speak up and say, so, Ragesh, are you able to maybe insert records of us as part of the crew on there and book us on the next shuttle?
I can try.
All right. That'll be another computers, because you're not just you're not just viewing things on his computer anymore. But it's not going to be.
I would say he has access to this kind of thing, right? It's like his job. So.
Right, but you got to make sure you're following all the conventions and that you don't put in the wrong. Yeah. So it is ready.
All right. Actually, before this check, because this is pretty important, I think that Ragesh would want to stim himself up just to be at the top of his game.
And that is average?
Yeah, average medicine check. So.
All right, go for it. I'll update the. Oh, never mind.
All right, so he's got an intellect of 3 at the moment. I'll just switch that. And all right, so now I'm ready to do the computers check.
Get the unskilled mannerist boost again.
Sweet.
Yep.
It is ready for you.
All right, computers. Oof.
I was going to suggest, for advantage or something, maybe have it so that we get paid while we're there, but no advantage, then fine.
But you have yourself now booked a couple of tickets on the next trip out, which is in an hour. Kind of how long do you want it to be?
Long enough time to get Lulu over and in a box or something that we can bring her with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's enough time. Matter of how much else you want to try to do.
Also, time to gather some gear for ourselves to make us actually look like miners.
All right, we'll give it a couple hours then.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I see if he's actually got a key card on him?
Yeah. Take a perception check. And it's ready whenever you are, D.
Okay.
Whoa.
Where'd that force die come from?
I added it because I didn't want to roll it myself. You, the sound of voices you hear getting closer gets even closer. But you do find a key card. I'm going to save.
Triumph, I'm going to say it's an all-access key card with the Triumph.
What are you hoping to access?
Any computer terminals up there?
Or like high security doors, probably too.
Yeah, it gives you security access for the mine.
Okay, cool. I'll take that. Thank you.
By the way, because people are going to get in here sooner or later, I want to see if I can do a. I'm not sure what kind of check this would be because it sounds like deception, maybe skullduggery, maybe another medicine. No, not another medicine, but I want it to look like this guy overdosed on like himself. So I'll
That
put
sounds like
like
skullduggery.
yeah, okay. And so,
Because with the
just
environment.
put like vials, empty vials and things like that. So no binders, nothing like that, and then actually make track marks on his arm. So,
Okay. Arlo will retrieve his rope and give the binders back to Vanders.
So here's the question, Arlo. You guys kind of went after him pretty quick. You're getting some conflicty territory here. Are you going to let Rogesh here kind of mutilate's a little bit of a strong word, but
It's not so much mutilate as it is just
Vandal?
make the scene look.
right. But he's giving him track marks, like he already has drugged him into a in-depth.
Honestly, he might already have some vague markings on him from the rope, so and the binders.
I don't
But
think
to
the
answer the
binders were-
question, no. So that you're going to get a little conflict for this, is what I'm.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, go for it, Tommy. Let me get the dice pool set up for this.
How much conflict, just so I know.
So what you've done so far is just. So what has happened so far is 2. This will be another 2.
Okay.
If you don't stop him. So I guess, Tommy, what difficulty? We'll kind of make this like a. You pick the difficulty, then they've kind of got to beat it if they want to figure out what went on here. So what difficulty do you want set for this?
let's see. I would like to make it. I'd like to make it daunting. I could go for no. I'll go formidable. Actually,
Right?
just straight
It
formidable.
is.
I
Set.
assume you have a skullduggery reroll then, if you're going all the way to formidable.
Yeah. And anything else before I roll?
It's all set for you.
All
Arlo
right.
will give unskilled assistance.
Let me just double check my stuff here. And here goes. Sweet.
All right.
And I've
You,
got a -1
Beautiful.
difficulty with Master of Shadows.
oh, great. Just remember the strain.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you managed to make it look pretty convincingly like this was the body shows signs of self-inflicted drug overdose.
Awesome. What are those 3 threats?
They are accounted for.
Okay. So with the Triumph, I'm thinking maybe we could just make it an upgrade on their difficulty, but I'm thinking something else. Oh, I know. Just narratively, the Triumph, it turns out as Ragesh was trying to make track marks, they're already there.
Yeah, like there's already, yeah. Like maybe the triumph is just that he has a history of this thing.
All right. I like that. Yes, that definitely works for me.
You know,
Anything else you guys want-
it's a
Sorry.
good thing that Ragesh has turned over a new leaf because he would not be alive.
Yeah, Ragesh was had a bit of a propensity for just random poisoning of people that he thought didn't need to, knew too much, basically.
Yeah. Dead men tell no tales, that sort of thing. So
Yep.
yeah.
He also really enjoys stimming Alro.
Yep, that's you.
Alrighty. So he's down. You've got your tickets. Anything else we want to do over this way?
I think we should probably scram with all those sirens and all that. Whatever traffic coming closer. Not sirens, I guess, but
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's
we should leave.
It's people. So because it took a little while, you're going to have to make a stealth check. It will not be as hard as it would have been had you waited longer. But I have set up, so everyone needs to roll stealth.
okay. Those stealth leads much to be desired. Let's see.
And that was with
Aha!
Master of Shadows again.
Oh, crap.
Oh, we covered you for the successes.
Only
And
twice.
advantage, actually.
Everyone gets 1.
Yeah. Whew. Good job. We make it out.
With one spare advantage.
Yeah. No, well, those don't cancel. But Vanris will just take a strain.
They don't? I thought they did.
Yeah, I thought they did cancel.
I don't think advantages do.
Yeah, it's like you.
It's like
you're
the whole
able-
check.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the whole.
All right, that's fine.
But who knows? I mean, with such a dense system, I mean, we've played certain ways and discovered a year later that we were doing it incorrectly. So,
Oh,
yeah, after the game, I'm going to look that up because that's good to know.
I thought it was just share successes, but I'm not too worried about
You could
this.
be right.
I also looked up the thing we were debating in the other game, or whether land speeders could go over water. They should be able to.
Yeah.
So, because Jack was uncertain.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, they totally can go over water.
Yeah, that was the one you missed. So,
Yeah, I know you guys referenced it in the next one. So yeah, you guys just barely, Vanris is like lagging behind a little bit, and just as the other group you heard is lagging around the corner, like Rogesh, actually it's Arlo, leans back and just like yanks her around the corner and out of the way at the last second. And you guys are able to get back to the ship unspotted.
okay. So we'll pick up Lulu and put her in like a large enough crate.
What?
Well,
Mom?
wake her up first.
I mean, yeah, we'll wake her up first. Yes.
Huh? Oh, hi. How'd it go?
A-okay.
For future reference, you should probably try to stay awake during missions, unless it's specifically time to rest.
I mean, you guys were gone for a while, and I had a full belly. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Just keep it in mind.
Thinking with your stomach again.
There was a rumbly in my tumbly.
Of course it was Winnie the Pooh.
So to hide Lulu, would it be a stealth check on her part or a skullduggery check on our part to hide her?
I would say more of a skullduggery since she'd be just like in a crate.
I think if you're trying to put her in something, it would be skullduggery. If you're trying to have her just kind of blend somewhere, it would be stealth.
What's your stealth like, Lulu?
Probably really bad.
Okay.
It's the same as Arlo's.
Yeah, we'll put her in like.
Yeah, 2 green.
And Ewoks are silhouette 1, right?
0.
0.
I mean, that's what I meant, 0.
Yeah, I'm a slow 0. So I should be easy enough to carry.
Right, yes. Well, it would still be... They don't really set out rules for what silhouette 0 would be. A normal silhouette 1 is 5 plus their brawn. I would say silhouette 0 is 3 plus their brawn.
My brawn's 1.
Excellent.
Arlo can just kind of leave his walking stick in the ship, which he didn't have. He probably didn't have with him anyway because of where they're at, and then he can probably carry on his own. Just checking the encumbrance there.
So she'd be 4 then.
Yeah, because I think he's at 7 out of 10 encumbrance at the moment. Yeah, so yeah, he can just leave his walking stick behind and just carry the box on his own.
I would say like, yeah, maybe we give him a backpack and just add some like layers of cloth so that Lulu is obviously in the backpack, but if someone just opened it, it would just look like spare clothes, basically.
Just
Yeah,
make sure I can breathe.
Either that, or it could be like a big crate with a false bottom, and we can put like mining gear in it.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do that.
I will increase the encumbrance by 1 if you add mining gear to hide her.
Well, he was saying it was just like a crate that. I mean, Arlo's strong; he can just carry that, right?
Yeah, I mean he'll have a setback if he does anything while he's carrying it, but he can just put it down.
Right. All right. Cool. I will.
He can also just leave his spyglass behind too, because somehow that's 1 encumbrance.
Right.
Yes. You're like, really? That's a whole encumbrance?
Yeah. I mean, the spyglass is technically macro binoculars, but
Right, but still, like, there's definitely items out there. I'm just like, well, if you say so.
May I do a cool check to just recover strain?
Yes, you guys can definitely recover strain right now. No setbacks or anything. So that actually means I need to reset.
ooh, nice. Shame the triumph doesn't do anything really.
No, it does actually.
It's a success.
Three,
Yeah, it's
it's
3
a success,
successes.
but also 3 more.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that was one of the random things that we found out pretty recently.
I don't remember that. I must have just glazed over it in the rulebook.
It's in the skill, like discipline and cool. If you get a triumph, you get 3 back.
I'll have to look that up.
But yeah, no, you guys are pretty much set to head to your shuttle, from what I hear.
Yeah. Oh, skullduggery check though. First to hide Lulu.
Oh, sure. So she's silhouette 0.
Because considering our role with the broker, we almost certainly have crates with false bottoms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll give you 2 boosts, and the difficulty is set.
All right, 2 boost, difficulty set, skullduggery.
Every time someone says false bottom on a box, I think the Santa Clara diet.
That worked pretty well, I think.
So remember your strain again, Tommy, but
Yep.
you are all set with her stashed away.
I've got a 2 strain wipe, so I'll just use that.
All right. Convenient.
Is that a second wind?
Yeah.
Yeah, Aiden's got like 3 ranks of it. It's nice.
That's encounter, right?
Yep.
Yep.
It's very nice. Combine that with intense presence, I think it is, and Aiden like almost never suffers a significant amount of strain.
Well, if I get ascetic for an Ardell, all the strain goes away at the end of every single encounter. So
That's really nice.
but you get less than 2 encumbrance of things. But anyways, so yeah, you get her in the box. Even with those advantages, she's a little comfy in the box. Maybe a good spot for a nap.
I don't think I'll be able to sleep with being jostled around a little bit inside of a box.
But at least it's padded. You're not getting beat up in there.
Exactly, but still, it's, I know that we're moving, so I'm not going to, pass out.
All right,
And let's say you had advantages back on that roll for the computer's check, right?
I think so. Or I
Oh,
don't know actually.
No, it might have been threat.
I will say for the... Okay, the threat will come into play.
Oh, no, sorry. The computers was just a success.
Just a success.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're fine then. I was going to say you... I was going to have it so that you forgot to check any luggage or something, but it's all good.
Melody pass.
But yeah, you guys make it down to the spaceport, find the shuttle you need. Your name's on the list. Boarding is simple. Anything else you guys want to do on the way before you head out? Anything like that?
Not that I can think of.
No.
I'm keeping completely silent.
Let me grab you guys. Everyone's tokens all updated and whatever.
Yep.
All right.
Well, the nice thing they don't need to be because it's tied to the character sheet.
Oh, that's a good point. Ignore the bottom right for the moment, but yeah, you end up landing in a big kind of strip-mined crater. So it looks like potentially this was originally mined by spacecraft, like a typical kind of mining tug, but as they kind of built into this giant mining pit, they have built a small settlement at the bottom. So you guys are kind of down at the bottom in that settlement right now.
So at this point,
Okay.
they're down to the more finesse mining. They're not getting huge chunks of it at once. They're just
Now it's shaft mining. It's not strip mining, but you know what I mean. They're not doing tug mining anymore.
all right. So we'll wander in there, Arlo carrying the crate of mining tools and Lulu.
And so yeah, you're now let off in this town.
Okay. Check the map. If there's a map of the town, so we can orientate ourselves.
Yeah, and the air here is thin, but it is breathable.
Okay.
Does that affect anything mechanically?
Yes, there will be, at least for the moment, setbacks to recover strain. Kind of, harder to catch your breath again. But maybe it'll be a little easier to throw stuff. I don't know.
We have an Ewok and we're not afraid to use her.
I am not a projectile.
Not with that attitude, you're not.
But I'm cute and fluffy.
No one tosses a Lulu. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll see the other miners. We'll see kind of where they're generally headed.
People get off the shuttle and they head a number of places. Some, towards mining transports. Others, head towards restaurants, or kind of more. They're not really restaurants. They're eateries. Mm-hmm. Deli counters would be probably the closest.
Cafeteria.
Would it be possible to, kind of chat up some of the miners just to figure out the rough location of where the actual control center is? Where the
for sure. What kind of is your approach here?
Oh, I would just say
just schmoozing.
A little new here, and just trying to figure out, So I'm trying to see if I can figure out an angle here. Basically, who do I need to make sure I keep happy to keep my job here, and what areas do I need to avoid?
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep the site foreman. There's a group of them happy because they're the ones who report back and to kind of decide how your pay goes. If you're going to get docked for poor performance, or if you will get a bonus for hard work or anything like that. But he kind of says, it's like any job. You gotta keep the bosses happy. In particular, there is one foreman whose name is
Star Wars name generator, go.
I'm just making sounds up.
Jed Blanket or something like that.
Beverly
Hillbillies.
That was a good one.
That's not bad.
Who is he's known to be a bit of a hard ass around the mines. Not unreasonable, but he doesn't take a lot of slack. It's getting just kind of for perspectives. I didn't mention this. A lot of them. It's kind of this was the second shuttle of the day, so it's kind of a little later in the day, which is why people were heading off towards eateries and bars and stuff. So it's not really. This was not like the shipment of people who are going to work on the mine who live on the planet. This is kind of the people who were on like Liberty for a couple days or something like that, heading back to go to work the next day.
All right. So is the difficulty set?
Yes.
What's the check? Sorry.
Streetwise.
Arlo will provide some unskilled assistance. He's just following around, kind of chiming in here and there.
Alrighty. Let's see. Streetwise. Oh,
wow,
no.
it just zeroed out.
You get a little bit of that background information, but nothing too deep. Kind of that unsurprising, like, oh yeah, to do a good job at work, keep your boss happy.
Right.
Yeah, great. Couldn't figure that out on our own. Thanks.
Is there an actual map at the shuttle port?
Not, I mean, the settlement here. I mean, you can see it's a little
It's
bit
not really a
bigger
formal thing.
picture, but it's pretty small. There's not a whole lot of directions required to get around it.
So, Arlo will just ask someone in passing, like, "Hey, we're new here. Where do we go to start? To get to work?"
They say you made it out here, so clearly you're on the roster. So you should just show up at the front gates of the mine tomorrow morning for work. I don't know why.
Yeah, they weren't very clear on the whole what we do when we get started. Thanks.
Yeah, he kind of just walks past and mutters something about idiot miners or something. Rather than him,
noobs.
Genius miner.
Bloody noobs.
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah.
This is mining. It's not rocket science. If you're asking these questions today, he just disappears around the corner.
All right, so Arlo will turn to. Well, he's not Venmo anymore, I guess, but to Ragesh. And so, shall we set up somewhere for the night before we head in? Let's figure out what to do with Lulu, though.
She could, I don't know.
I can hide under
Scout
someone's
about.
bed.
She could scout out the town.
Again, she's not really stealthy on her own. She's just small.
I'm not. Like I said, I could just hide under someone's bed. I like sleep. Sleep is nice.
If you're talking, Tommy, you're muted because I was addressing
No,
Ragesh.
I was just. I mean, that sounds good.
All right, yeah, let's find somewhere to set up, a little bit out of the way, maybe.
Okay, I'm going to go and have a look at, the mining gear, the shift rosters.
Where are you going to go to look at that stuff?
Yeah, well, we have the gear in our crate.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. Not the gear, sorry. Yeah, the rosters. See if it's up in the mine entrance.
So you want to go check out the mine entrance right now at night?
Oh, I didn't realize it was night. Sorry. No.
Yeah, we're going to report in tomorrow. I mean, there's no reason to kind of sneak around just yet. I think it would be better to actually get access to the tunnels and all that good stuff. Unless you guys think that the control center is out here, but I don't... I mean, we can see a pretty good distance, right?
If they have any of the mine lasers aren't out here. No.
If that picture is any indication, that it's pretty wide open.
Okay, so yeah, let's wait until we actually get access, just regular access, and then we'll figure out what's what.
Okay.
So maybe find a good spot to...
Yeah, so you manage to find, it's not hard. There's places that rent rooms. It'll cost 25 credits a night per person. It's like a hostel. There's nothing glamorous about it. Just one of the pubs trying to make a little extra money on the side.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then night passes pretty uneventfully. It is phenomenal how dark it gets out here when the asteroid is facing away from the sun. You're in a crater. It is just, without the streetlights, it is impossibly dark. It might make sense why the miners feel a little bit more comfortable here, because just like a mine, it is incredibly dark. But yeah, the morning comes. Your room comes with breakfast. Not a great breakfast.
Do we all are we all in one room or separate rooms?
It's all one room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I slept under Vanris's bed because Lulu knows her the best.
All right. So you get up in the morning, and now it's pretty easy to figure out where to head. All the miners are heading kind of towards the north side of town. When you get up there, you do notice that some kind of continue to walk up there's stairs built into the crater, and others queue up for a speeder. And you notice that there are speeders, and it's a 3-credit trip each way for those who'd rather ride than walk.
Walking's probably fine. We're not exactly in a rush here, right?
But it's our first day, we should be on time.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and take
That's
a
true.
speeder. I mean, it's just 3 credits, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So each of you plunk down 3 credits, and
What am I doing?
I mean, you wouldn't be. You'd be with us in a crate.
I'm back in the box. I just want to make sure. Okay, that's fine.
yeah, actually, the driver will point to the box and say, what's that?
Extra gear. You know.
He gives you an eye raise, like, what do you mean extra gear? Were you taking stuff home from the mines you weren't supposed to?
No, we just got here.
Yeah.
Probably just open the crate just so we can.
Yeah, just open them, show them the gear.
It's just some experimental equipment.
No, it's not experimental. It's just ours.
It's just you
Secret
prefer to use your own equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like to use our own stuff.
He
Because
makes
the
you feel
mining laser,
electrical,
wink,
takes up room from other people, but he doesn't really care. It's super, like, you can tell he thinks it's super weird. Like, what are you guys doing bringing your own stuff to the like, that's what he, like, what? But it's not his issue, so he's not getting involved.
He's not paid beyond his pay grade.
It's just, it's not allowed on the shuttle. Like, he can do whatever he wants with his shuttle, but he's pretty certain what's going to happen at the front door. But, yeah, the ride's pretty quick. You do see a pretty long line of miners walking, and as you approach, off to the side, you do see, the settlement you came from was in no way fancy, but it was certainly sufficient. Off kind of on the other side of the mine from the town, though, you see, ramshackle settlement, like just grim looking, like mostly tents. The tents don't even look good.
Seems like the people that couldn't afford the lodgings.
You actually presume that's probably where the slaves live.
Oh, right. Yes. So true, but not necessarily what I was getting at.
Right. Yeah. I mean, maybe some of the miners who, have large debts or something they need to pay off could live over there as well. But for the most part, it's the slaves. And the speeder pulls up to the front door, and everyone gets off, and you're left kind of right next to it with the three of you in your boxed Ewok.
We call it the luggage. It's got its own little legs.
I don't know if I should take offense to that.
It's from Terry Pratchett's book, from the late Terry Pratchett books.
I'm sorry, I never read them.
They're funny.
I am actually.
Anyway. So what did he say? I missed that. Sorry.
What did I say?
Yeah, what did you say? Yeah.
You're left next to the speeder. Everyone else is kind of heading off towards the main entrance.
Yeah, let's head up to the main entrance.
Head in like we belong.
Yeah, Venrus will give Oro a hand.
So as you notice everyone approaches, they kind of put a hand down on a reader, and it, for everyone, blinks green. But, what's going to happen when you put your hand on it? Dun, dun, dun.
We are in the system, so we should be fine.
Yeah, I don't even hesitate. I just put my hand down.
Someone actually walks over. It does blink green, but says, you can't bring that into the mine. We don't allow... I don't know what you're doing. Like, the policy is clear that you can't bring stuff to work with you.
We were told to bring this by, and I give the name of the Gran. I'm lying, but obviously.
I haven't heard anything about this. What do you? Why did he tell you to bring it? What's it coming for?
I mean, I wasn't really given many details. I mean,
all we know is it's extra supplies.
Yeah.
Knows them.
Well, then let's go over and take a look and see what's in it, all right?
All right.
I am lying absolutely still.
So, yeah, he pops the top open, and you did...
Formidable.
You did Formidable to hide her?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's roll a Formidable check.
And on the top is Captain Copnor stuff.
No, it's all plasma torches and whatever else. Space pickaxes.
Space pickaxes.
All right. The odds are actually I'll give him a boost because he is a little suspicious here, but it's still pretty heavily in your favor. Ooh, but
A lot closer.
That was way closer than it needed to be.
Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart.
it made it interesting. 'Cause he would have wanted to unpack, like have you leave it here, but he doesn't see anything kind of out of the ordinary and says, "Well, go drop it off with the rest of the mining supplies, I guess, and grab your gear."
Will do. Have a good day.
Load it back up. Keep on carrying, following the stream. There's a big. It's almost like a barracks, but there's no beds. It's like a big gear locker room almost. And there's sets of like coveralls and kind of hand tools and stuff like that everyone is grabbing, belts of and stuff.
Yeah,
So
Venrus
we'll all grab
fall
the
in line.
here. Yeah, I assume.
So yeah, now you kind of head towards the main elevator bank, I guess, to go down. They've built turbo lifts to get down into the mine, and now things start kind of spreading out, and there's 5 different directions you can go to. Each of the shafts is labeled with a number. So there's shaft 1. Actually, it's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You don't know where 1 to 10 through 5 are.
Would we have known, based on what Ragesh entered into the computer, which shaft we were assigned to, quote unquote? I would assume so, if we are assigned to a particular one.
You did not notice anything about that. That system was more. That wasn't like a day-to-day kind of system you were looking at. That was more like the overall security.
Okay, Venrus will have a sneaky look around. Just like twisting her head left, right. And she'll stretch, turn around and look up and whatever to see if there's any control offices above for turbo lifts.
No, so you've already kind of gone into the mine at this point. So you're in like a rocky.
Yeah. In that's what I meant. Yeah, inside the mine. Like a control tower inside the mine. Like emergency station and stuff like that.
No, there's no tower. You're in like a mine tube. Like it's a 10-foot sphere at this point, or something like that.
It's just a lot of rock and dirt.
Yeah, it's like hollowed out. You're in right now. Maybe the room you're in now is a rectangle that's like 30 by 10 or something like that, with the kind of turbo lifts around the outside of it. But yeah, there's definitely no like elevation here to speak of.
Okay.
So we just pick a 2 at random and go down?
Sure, sounds good.
Yeah. Actually, do any of them... We probably want to go with the one that goes like the deepest in, right? So, because that's probably where the laser would be, right?
Yeah.
Like kind of clearing the main path.
Possibly.
And we kind of intuit based on, from what we can see here, which one might be going lower or not.
You can't really. There's kind of just an up and a this level and a bottom level button. There's not really like intermediate stops, so it's kind of hard to say like, oh, this one has more floors or whatever.
I guess we just go to the bottom one and see what happens, I guess, from there.
Which did you say which number you picked?
I mean, just one at random. If we have no way of knowing, then
Anyone have a preference on number?
8.
I'm in a box, so I have no idea what's going on.
I would say probably just the highest number. Because even if the mining laser might not necessarily be in the deepest one, it would be in the newest one.
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll go to 8 then, or whatever the highest one is.
10 was the highest. It was 6.
Yeah. 10 then.
Yeah, great. So you hop on in. Kind of, you have to wait a little bit of time in line, but people are looking at you funny for the box still. Did you take the box? You've taken the box still, I assume.
Yeah, we still have the box.
All right, people are looking at you funny, but like again, miners, whatever. They don't care.
They assume we have a reason for it.
Yeah, it's just not, not their thing at this point. So you get down there and there's nothing you can do now but turn a headlamp on. It's dark with some kind of safety lighting, but that does definitely not penetrate the whole area. And now, people start heading off down smaller side shafts, and you can start to hear like the sound of rocks being broken and all that kind of stuff, mining sounds.
So from here, are we able to kind of intuit which of the shafts might go deepest or be the newest?
Yeah, so for the newest, let's make so it'll be a perception check to try to figure that out. But if you can sell me on another skill, I'm open to be sold.
I was going to say, is there any
Knowledge
sound...
education might work, but also Lulu is kind of in the box, so she wouldn't really help much. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any sound of conveyor belts at all?
Like anything automated? I mean, that still sounds like perception.
Yeah, so you do kind of hear those sorts of sounds all over the place. It's pretty clear that however the ore and rock are getting up to the surface, it's definitely not the way you got down from the surface.
I can do a perception check.
Arlo will unskilled assist. Well, unless you have the ranks, because he has one.
And you guys grabbed all the mining gear, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. We all suited up.
Yeah. What's your current rank in perception?
3.
Okay, same here.
Yeah, unskilled then.
1 sec. Oh, too soon. All right, now it's ready. All right, so you take a look around. For the advantages, you're able to do it pretty quick. No one is like, okay, what are these guys just standing around, kind of not doing anything for? And you think you figured out that there's the third kind of shaft along. Looks a little newer. The rock is still a little bit rougher cut looking. It hasn't had time to get like eroded by anything, and it seems like
doesn't look as well traveled. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. The path on the ground is definitely not as torn up either. And it, Ragesh is pretty sure it looks like the newest one to him at least.
All right, sounds good. Let's head down that way.
All right, so as you walk down, the first thing you notice is the heat is starting to build up. Have any of you guys really spent time in mines before?
Yeah.
I'd imagine Arlo may have been in old-fashioned mines at some point, but probably not.
I've been in like underground things. I've been in temples. I've been to a lot of like different places.
Arlo was in the darkest dungeon, so that's.
That works.
Yeah, but this is like specific to like an active mining mine.
Yeah, so Arlo wouldn't have been in a space mine. He would have been in maybe a hit things with pickaxes mine.
Yeah, and there
definitely was.
There definitely is stuff getting hit with other stuff. It's definitely not all like there's small hand laser cutters, but it's still a lot of like you hit stuff with stuff for sure. And you get a couple dozen meters down the shaft, and you pass a couple of people who started to kind of get down and turn to the side to work. And yeah, so you keep walking. All of a sudden, you run into a guy who's kind of standing. You don't actually run into him, but you encounter a guy standing in the middle of the tube, who turns to you and says, he's asking you about that box. Like, what are you doing with this box? Like, we're here to mine rock, not carry stuff around.
Just bringing some spare gear in.
Everyone grabs gear when they come down. Like what kind of spare gear?
We open the box again and just say, hey, we just work here. We were told by so and so the Grand to bring this stuff. So.
All right. Well, no one I don't know what it's for. Go drop it back there and get to work on the rock.
Okay. Fenris will start getting to work.
And so I guess Arlo will. So where did he indicate to put it? Like just like
kind of further back towards the main, like where the turbo lift ended, kind of like the main room on this floor, I guess.
So no mining laser in sight?
Not yet, but you did feel more heat as you went further down. If you had been in a modern mine that was actually being mined, you would assume that you don't think you've gone deep enough, though it's also just an asteroid, so you don't really think you're getting closer to like geological heat. Like this is probably an artificial heat source, probably from a laser.
I guess the only thing is that, once we get to the mining laser, it's not like we can get a schematic from it. So maybe just observe, and then what we really need to do is find the actual control center so we can get the schematic from there. I'm assuming.
Yeah, and I think it was not just necessarily like a design schematic, but also just kind of like a scan, something like that too. It's just
so we can get it from the thing. It's okay, cool.
You could. There are a number of ways to tackle it. I just want to make sure that was done.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good point.
So maybe Arlo can bring the box back up a little bit. He'll turn around, bring it back up. Maybe instead of taking it all the way back to the beginning, just put it somewhere off to the side.
No, it was still on this level. You didn't have to go all the way back up, but back to kind of the start there.
Put it in like an out of the way place and let Lulu know. It's like, hey, we gotta put you down for a bit, so we don't draw suspicion.
And what we can do later is Ragesh can kind of head back there when we need to move forward, and then do help Lulu stealth along.
Yeah, that'll work.
That'll be much appreciated.
Yeah. In the meantime, maybe I don't know. think of something you can do in the meantime.
Just get to work.
I'm just in a box.
Yeah. So you guys, mining is going to be an athletics check, and this is mostly. I think no one here is probably that interested in actually doing much mining, but it's about staying kind of out of sight, and not out of sight, but out of conspicuous sight. And
alternatively, if Arlo could maybe draw enough attention that they could get a clearer look at the laser.
How are you hoping to draw attention?
I'm not sure. Just being really good at it? I don't know. Whoa! That's
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I can re-roll that. I think I might want to with that.
Yeah.
Well,
we're like in the middle of things right now.
And you also, did you get a... Oh, no, sorry, never mind. I misread. Yeah, you can re-roll that if you'd like.
Yeah, I think so. That was... Ugh. Yeah, that's better.
So athletics... go. Yeah, I'm all right. That's not as great as I would have liked. But
All right. So...
I'll go for 3 advantages on that.
Okay. So actually, the foreman, who's the guy who you figured out was the guy who stopped you earlier, kind of is making his rounds, watching you guys work, and he comes over to Rogesh and notices Rogesh has actually managed to do a lot of work, but starts to get on your case, Rogesh, about you're not being precise enough. Like mining's not all about smashing. Like this isn't we're not mining rock here. You got to pay attention to what's going on. So he likes that you're working hard, but thinks you could do better. Arlo, he's pleased. Like you seem to be punching above your weight a little bit, kind of giving into some of this is from the force and not from your own natural ability to some degree. But he likes what you're doing. And then as it comes over to Vanris, she's got this like little pile, and it's just a little sad.
Sad. Yeah.
And he comes over and he's shaking his head and he's like, "You gotta pick it up. We got some other guys down the mine that are, that are really doing a great job, and I can't keep people around who aren't delivering. So, let's get on with it." And this was over the course of a couple hours. Like you guys have been mining, pretty hard.
Maybe slowly working our way towards where the laser is as we do it.
Yeah, and yes, you can definitely be like ooching your way kind of down the shaft a little bit. It's definitely getting warmer. You can start to hear, sounds of mining all around you. It is still incredibly dark wherever you're not looking, but kind of getting on towards the middle of the day. We'll try another mining check after lunch, but I don't know if there's anything you guys want to try to kind of do otherwise, other than try to pass time for the moment.
No, Venris will do her best. Oh crap! Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought I was muted. No. Yeah, Venris will just carry on going. With his advice in hand, and yeah, she'll attempt to do better.
I'm wondering here. So we know what they're mining here, right? I'm just blanking on it at the moment.
It's doomium. It's a metal ore.
Okay, so I imagine we've come across it so far, especially with Arlo's 3 advantages. Maybe he's come across maybe a significant amount.
Yeah, you're definitely pulling out rocks today. So yeah, you've kind of gathered from seeing the process down here that doomium is it's a very rare metal. The Empire. This was kind of the briefing the rebels gave you. The Empire is actually sitting on a lot of the doomium out in the galaxy.
So could Arlo seek like a huge deposit of it?
Sure, that sounds fun to me.
Yeah, that could be a great distraction for when we need it.
The roller is ready.
Okay. So I believe that's just a force check. Yeah. Okay.
Should be, I think. Yeah.
Is there anything that just roll force rating? No, there's not. Okay, I'll just put the
What
force
we're
dice
doing
in. Okay, so let me just check the description here so I make sure I'm getting this right. So I can use 2 pips to just find insight into general direction or location, regardless of distance. I'm just checking here what else I can add to it for another pip potentially. I can get an additional detail maybe? Yeah, I'll get an additional detail, so I'll use that pip, the dark side as well.
Okay. Make sure you flip and stuff.
Yeah, just gotta make sure I have the right.
Take strain, take conflict.
Yep.
So you're getting an additional detail as well, along with the general direction.
It's just direction or location. Yeah.
So you get the feeling that actually the biggest deposit near you is actually up a little bit. Kind of near where you're working, but kind of up through the ceiling. You can't really tell how far, but you do get the definite feeling that unlike here, where a lot of what you're doing to kind of finish how the process so far works, is that the doomium here is in very small little chunks all throughout the rock. So what you're really doing is getting pieces of rock down, and then either...
So it could maybe like trace a path back to the main source, you think?
Yeah, so you can definitely tell how there's like an increased like concentration, but it's going from these like small little, almost like pebbles within the rock, but then the rock gets crushed and removed, and the pebbles are refined. There's like actual like a vein of like extended doomium up there. Like it's a lot more.
So whenever we do our next mining check, that might be the time for Ragesh to maybe sneak Lulu down to where the laser is.
Sounds good.
And then Arlo can attract attention by like, hey, I found this huge vein kind of thing. You know? So.
Yeah, that works. And I'll actually give you some boosts for your mining check as well.
Okay.
So if there's nothing else you guys want to do in the interim, you can mine again. Ending up with all of it, and you can have 2 boosts, Arlo.
Okay. Sounds good. Athletics again, right? Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm throwing 4 extra advantage on that.
Cool. So yeah, Rogesh, he can tell you're trying. Like you're not producing quite as much, but you're coming along, but you're producing, and that's good enough. He's worried still that you're damaging some of the pebbles and mixing in the pebbles that you're crushing in with the kind of scrap rock, and you're losing some. But he can tell you're improving. Vanris, he doesn't even really say anything to you.
He just looks, puts his hand in
He makes a little note.
Why me?
Makes a little note on his notepad. Note to self: fire her tomorrow.
Yeah, you don't have any threat, but it's pretty clear that you've slowed down to try to do a better job, but you're going so slow that it's just like, oh my god, what are you doing, kind of stuff. That said, Arlo
will shout like, "Hey, I found something!" And as he's hammering away at the.
Arlo's definitely pulling the attention here. He's got a huge pile of rock. There's clearly like starting to be like, if the pebbles were like, small, like sub marble size. Now we're almost starting to get into like, small fist size or like, grape and peach, like fist we'll call it, size chunks coming out. And so like he's starting to go wild, and he's starting to call over the good diggers over to Arlo's area to keep going. So you've definitely bought a bit of a distraction.
Yeah, and in that moment, I'll look over at Ragesh and give a nod.
All right, we'll do.
And sorry, did you say something, Tommy? It cut out for me for a sec.
Yeah, so with Arlo's distraction, I'll head back over to let Lulu out and then try to sneak along with her.
All right. So right now, up in that area, there isn't really a ton of activity. All the miners, it's like mid-afternoon at this point, all the miners are still busy mining. So you definitely can get her out without really anyone noticing. And now you're kind of back in the main room with her.
So where do we go from here? Like, what do you want me to do?
Well, we're trying to now just go. We've got kind of an idea where the laser is, right, with the heat and whatnot.
Yeah, you can keep following the shaft. Like you know that you found a good shaft to be in, and that you can figure out which direction it is.
Yeah, let's.
It might take a little time to figure out exactly where it is and all that, but you're on the right track.
All right, let's head down.
I follow him. Like try to like stay as close to him as possible. Not to show any tension.
Quick stealth check to kind of get past what was going on, the hullabaloo. But you will all get 2 boosts. Anyone who's trying to go down will get 2 boosts to it, and the difficulty is set.
All right.
What's the?
Just add some boosts in the dice pool and then hit
Well, I'm gonna flip.
Oh yeah, use light side and then add an upgrade on the.
Yeah. Because my stealth is crap. So.
You can actually. I don't know that you can bomb this bad enough.
Okay. Well.
That's not what you meant to do.
I rolled the destiny. My bad.
Yeah, take that dark side off, James.
I meant to hit something else.
Yeah, hit use light side.
Yeah, that's what I meant to hit. Sorry.
Well, just hit it now. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
There you go.
There we go. And you said 2 boosts, right?
Yep. You guys both managed to get past. Doesn't even need Ragesh's help. Everyone is like, they're freaking out. They know that bonuses are on the way, and things are looking pretty. Like this size, the finds they've just had already, they've had before, and those were good times. What they don't know that, Arlo knows is that at some point they're going to find the big one, and at that point it's just going to be like, it's going to be nuts. It's going to go crazy in the mine. But it's not going to happen today, but they're working towards it. So you guys managed to sneak past.
Arlo's keeping up the charade, and just hammering away.
It is really hot.
It is really hot. So we are going, just as we kind of descend, we're going to start out at average right now, and we're going to have a resilience check to kind of resist the heat. And it's going to get harder as we get closer, I'll tell you.
Okay. You guys really do take me to the nicest places. The last place was full of muck and heat and humidity.
At least you found a bird called Kevin.
Kevin!
What happened to Kevin?
He flew away.
Oh.
Yikes, this is going to be bad. Nope.
All right. Oh. So take, for the moment, just 2 strain.
Okay.
Actually, no, lower your strain threshold by 1. That makes it a little bit more permanent.
Okay.
Rogesh, you've got some advantages and stuff to work with.
I mean, with the Triumph, I'd want to say either, yeah, can I just skip the next check? But maybe if there are more, then I still have to, you know, as we get closer, then I have to take some more. But at least the next check I can skip.
Yeah, that works.
All right, but with those 3 advantages, can I get 2 boosts on the next check that I have to make?
Yeah, you're pretty accustomed to the heat at this point. You've been in, other missions maybe haven't been in like sweltering hot mines, but you've been other like unnecessarily hot places for sure.
So wait, is it only Rogue and Lulu going? Where's Venrus? Is she still with? Is she with Arlo?
She probably shouldn't leave the mine situation for now.
Okay.
So we're not just all gone.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys keep going down. There's still some miners working, but at this point, they're pretty. The ones who haven't been called up to the big find, you can assume these are also kind of the crappy miners. Plus, they're working down where it's really hot. Like, these guys definitely don't have the best situation going on.
They're just kind of slacking off at this point.
Right. There's some of that. There's definitely not as much oversight on them right now, but they're also just not. So if they want to keep their job, they're definitely trying to work a little harder to keep it at this point. But they're also at the point of like, whatever. Life sucks.
Life sucks and then you die. It's the universal truth of this galaxy.
Pretty much.
I'm here.
Cause a riot.
You end up with heading towards the kind of the hottest part, I guess, and you notice there's a sign that warns, protective eyewear required beyond this point, but there is a box of, in fact, they're kind of actually like the Defel goggles that super dim all the light.
Mm-hmm. I definitely grab a pair of those because I have just my regular stuff with me. I don't have anything else. I'm not geared up like the rest.
Well, we're not exactly in hazmat gear or anything. We're just in mining clothes.
Well, you have miner's gear. I don't.
You keep heading on, and you come upon. This is really clearly like the newest part. The rock here is freshly cut. You can even see spots where they've cut through like some of these, even up to fist-sized pieces of doomium. It's just you can see it kind of glinting as your light passes over it. So clearly, they've done. You think they've probably done some research to try to figure out where to put tunnels to avoid the doomium, but you can't miss all of it. So they're definitely ruining a bit of it here. And up ahead, you see the giant laser machine. The back of it, at least, which is basically like
Nice.
you ever seen like a giant tunneling machine, like that we would use. The backwards like that, and actually, so what you've first noticed is that the machine is actually made up of a ring of the kind of like person-sized lasers. So it's not; these aren't being held manually. They're kind of all set up around the perimeter, and they, at least when you can't see the front of the mining rig, but around the outside you can definitely see them. And there's a it kind of slowly turns and cuts as it turns.
So I look at Rogue and I go, "Hey, do you have something to scan this, or how are we getting the schematics for this?"
Yeah, just use a hand scanner. And
Okay.
if I don't have one, I do have like that utility skill. I forget what it's called.
Utility belt.
No, there's another, because I thought the utility belt was just trying to find it.
Deep pockets.
Oh, there's the talent is also called utility belt, I think.
Oh, maybe I don't
Yeah.
have it then. Well then, maybe I'll
There's
use
also
a Destiny
Destiny
point to
points.
say
Yeah.
that I have it. Actually, let me just double check my inventory though, because I might have one. It's been so long.
I know Aiden just between last session and now he went and I had him buy pretty much everything that was silhouette 0 and low enough rarity that we didn't have to do a check for it. As much as it made sense for him.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have anything like that.
You should have if you're an
Yeah, I'll use a
archaeologist.
Destiny point to say that I grabbed one because obviously my character would have done that before coming here. So
Yeah, this is for a hand scanner.
yeah.
Cool.
I'll just buy one after this is done.
Yeah, they are definitely not a super expensive item.
Yeah. Oh no more light side.
It would be a good thing for Lulu to have too with her archaeology profession.
Yeah. So
It didn't dawn at me. It dawned on me at 11:30 at night.
you notice the. No, sorry, flip side. No one has noticed you yet. They're all pretty busy working the rig. It looks like one of those. It's turning fairly slowly, but you could easily, wound up in the wrong spot and just get crushed against the wall. And it's like, obviously a very high energy, cutting laser machine. Like there's a lot that can go wrong. So everyone's paying pretty close attention. These guys, though, they've got probably the hottest working conditions. These seem like they're some of the better miners. Like this, they must be, getting paid more or something to be in the circumstance that they're in with regards to this mine. So
Alright,
no
I
one
guess-
has noticed.
So how many are there surrounding this mining laser?
Yeah, so there's a guy driving it, and then there's maybe another half dozen kind of either other sort of operators on it or people who are in other parts of the tunnel behind it, either like moving stuff out of the way or anything like that.
I guess maybe at this point, just sneak over there, see if I can scan. If I do get caught, I'll just play along, just say that, coming down here to help out, blah, 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 blah. But I don't want to make myself known if I can help it.
All right.
What do you want me to do with that?
I think
Like-
for this one, you should probably
Do-
hang back because only one
Okay,
of us
do
has
you-
a scanner, so...
All right, I'll just kind of. You're muted.
Oh,
You
I
can
shouldn't be
interrupt an
moving.
effect
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, I'll just kind of hang back where their opening is and just kind of, this place is full of rocks, so I just kind of like snuggle myself against a rock and just kind of keep an eye out for anything.
Well, now that I think about it, though, what kind of check will it be with scanning? Like, would we need to get Lulu over here?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of name your skill depending on the angle you want to take to scan it.
I am super
If you're trying to get
smart.
schematics, I imagine either computers or mechanics.
Yeah.
Computers. I have 5 green Mechanics, I have 5 green. Both of them I have 5 green in.
Let's go ahead and get you over here, and we'll do skilled assistance because I can give you 4 ranks. So yeah, let's do that. So we'll both sneak over there, and then you know we'll use the scanner together and piece together schematics from it.
Cool.
Okay.
So to get the check, it's going to be, just so kind of everyone is on the same page here, it is daunting, and there's 2 upgrades which I'm kind of treating like their perception skill. I'm sorry, yeah, their perception skill. So this is like, or vigilance, I guess, actually. This is do they notice you while you're doing? So it's kind of like a blended difficulty in some senses.
Okay, but you're taking care of that, right?
Yep, that's in there. I'm just letting you know why that is the way it is.
Got it.
So I can roll either one.
Oh no,
Since
we're
they're both
doing
the same?
stealth to get there.
Oh, we're doing stealth.
Yeah, stealth
just
first,
to
and then
get
you gotta do
there.
that.
Yeah.
Oh dear God, my stealth is terrible.
That's why Ragesh is helping.
All right, so everything's good.
Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to re-roll that. So
Yeah, you are.
let me just make sure. I used a re-roll for
You skullduggery, right? Or no?
no, not skullduggery. I used it for an athletics check, actually. That was for the
Okay.
mining thing, so I do have this one left.
All right, go for it then. Difficulty is still in there.
Cool, let me find it again. There we go.
All right, let me.
Oh gosh, even worse.
Oh!
We're totally seen, so... Uh-oh.
Yeah, you are
Oh, great.
very totally seen, and they say, "Hey, who are you guys? What are you doing down here?" As you walk around with like your hand scanner out.
Maintenance. Tell them we're maintenance.
Right,
I don't
yeah, that's a
shout
good
that
one.
out.
So
I
just
just kind of
say-
look at you and go, "We're maintenance."
What are you talking about? We're maintenance. I've got this little furball here to get into some of the tight spots that, we can't reach ourselves.
Yeah, we can't do maintenance on the rig while it's running. You'll be cooked. You guys are here the wrong time.
Oh, I guess we got our orders mixed up.
I'm silent. I'm your silent partner.
Oh, no, I'll say that. Well, no, but they said that... Sorry, I have to do a little bit of retconning. I'm thinking out loud. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
But, well, no, there were some problems with the power couplings that only showed up when it was running. So, I mean, we have to do this check while it's going.
Yeah, Lulu stands there and nods vigorously, like,
All right, so it'll be a deception.
ugh.
Oh, you don't have to make this check, but you're helping me with an unskilled
Yeah,
beast.
so,
Yeah, that works. And
okay. Okay, cool. That works.
deception's against discipline, right?
Yeah, I believe everything's against discipline except for charm, which is against cool,
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
and negotiation, which is sometimes against itself.
Right. You are good to go whenever.
All right.
That's more like a Ragesh roll.
That was beautiful.
And he says, "Well, you know what? One of those was kind of acting up. You're right." And kind of points the way in.
And that triumph is it's actually happening.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
totally. Power fluctuation happens right then, and it goes, it's like a brownout.
Yeah. So he's like, "Criff, this is." He's like, "Get in there. It's time to fix it then."
All right, well, we have to do a
I just nod
diagnostic
and
first.
just kind of go with him.
All right, cool. Yeah, so now we're going to do a mechanics check. And Lulu, you can roll this. Roll mechanics, but you've got 4 upgrades.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll roll yet. I've got to figure it out.
4. 4. There we go. Mechanics. Boop, boop.
So I'm envisioning this as like Ragesh is, directing her to like specific portions for her to zero in on as she crawls.
You know, scan over here and here and here, kind of thing.
I'm very good at listening. I'm very attuned with that. It's how I learned.
All right, so the difficulty is set.
Okay, perfect. Pretty.
Yeah,
Well
so you guys
done.
A pretty good readout of what's going on, at least initially on this section. You get in there and you run the scanner around, and you actually kind of have an idea of what was going on. It looks like earlier on in the process, you can't really tell. There's some fused crap in there, and it's probably, with the amount of energy going in here, fair to assume that one of those like doomium chunks from the ceiling probably fell down in here and somehow bridged a circuit somewhere. And when the power flow gets going really high, it's actually able to arc. So normally, if the power flow is lower, it doesn't have enough voltage to make the jump. But as it goes up, it's arcing basically and hitting other stuff and causing the issues.
Got it.
Maybe Ragesh can explain that while Lulu actually interprets the schematics of the thing.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's perfectly fine. Like I said, I'm always up for learning new things.
Yeah, and so you guys actually have a pretty good, on your little hand scanner, pretty good readout at least of the electrical delivery system for the lasers. It seems like on this model, so it's the Rebels' intelligence may have been a little off because they were showing you something that might have been, if not usable by one man, could have been put on like a repulsor or something and used, but it's clear that they're not using it in that fashion. And that said, it's not like a single power unit to power the individual lasers. There's a central power unit within the larger machine, basically.
Right.
Okay.
But you have what would constitute like a technical readout for the.
Okay, so mission accomplished so far. That portion of the mission.
You don't have the whole machine. You just have this aspect of it for now.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay. That's what I thought. We only have like a little bit of
But
it.
just to kind of recap what I said, this is an important thing to have gotten a readout on, though, because it's different than what the Rebels had assumed. Like the basic lasers that you see, like the individuals, look pretty similar to what they showed you. But this delivery system is different than what they had kind of assumed how it was being used.
All right, so I'll just say, all right, guys, this actually looks a little bit worse than what we expected. Keep going, but we're going to have to check out another section because I think that it looks like just coincidentally there's more than one problem, and this could actually get a lot worse if we don't take care of it.
Yeah, and they'll mention that, they noticed an issue and put in, like, they'd mentioned it to someone else, one of the engineers or something, that they had noticed, like, crap falling into the machine, and no one had done anything about it. So they're like, well, totally makes sense this happened. Like, we told, like, come on, we're miners, we know mining. Like, why don't these people listen to us? So they're kind of, bitching amongst themselves about it now that, they totally...
The higher-ups usually don't know what the scrubs are doing.
Yeah, they're like, you've got to listen to the guys on the ground. Like, no one here knows mining like we do. We're the best miners in the mine. Like,
Lulu nods in agreement.
Outpost Detaon, deployed at the arse end of nowhere.
They're not paying a ton of attention to you at this point. They're more interested in, like, moaning about other people.
Perfectly fine with me.
All right, so do we do just another check on another section?
Sure. It'll be the same difficulty as that one.
All right, and I'm getting the same... It's mechanics, right?
Yeah, the same skilled assistance.
Sweet. And... shake them bones. Not bad.
Wait, which section do you want to look at next? Or, sorry, which section was this that you just looked at?
What were the other options?
Oh, you've got kind of the laser, the mounting assemblies, let's say, the kind of propulsion for the whole thing.
Let's do the mounting assemblies.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of an interesting setup that they have here. It's basically a big ring. Again, the tunnels you've seen have all been about 10 to 15 feet in diameter. So this, let's call it 12 feet. The diameter of this boring machine is 12 feet, and the lasers are basically right at the edge. And they are settled such that they rotate, and there's some now that it's kind of it's not running as intensely, you can get a better view. There's also some in the middle that kind of pulverize the actually, there's actual grinders in the middle, so that some of the metal gets cut from the outside, falls in the middle, and gets ground up and pulled back into the machine. So they're trying to recapture as much of the doomium as they can, but it's not, it's not a perfect process. They're trying to mitigate the damage that they know they're causing.
Would it be possible for the next section, because we did have advantages that we haven't been using to get 2 boosts on the next check, like Lulu's really getting a good feel for the system.
Yeah, you're starting to get how all parts work together. So this one you can actually tell it cycles the energy between, this is one of the other kind of 2 interesting things to add. It cycles the energy between the lasers, so it's not all the lasers are on equal output at the same time. The one higher up get a little less power to them because gravity is more on their side there. To help it crumble. So they've actually figured out a way to kind of make it even a little bit more efficient and cause a little less damage to the doomium. And then the last one is that they've mounted up these pieces, so they're actually pretty easy to change out the actual laser emitters if there is an issue, a piece of debris falls on them or anything like that.
Does the whole assembly look mobile?
If you've ever seen
like stationary
giant boring machine, let me find a picture of one. It's basically like a real earth boring machine.
It's like on treads or something, or hover treads.
It's treaded. Let me just find a quick picture.
Yeah, they did one, the Channel Tunnel over here, going over to France.
Yeah. Basically, that it's tracked at the bottom. You can kind of see them in the left side of the image. The front that you see in the blue there is kind of the boring head, and around the outside of this would have lasers. The kind of grinder.
That is huge.
Yeah, they're incredibly big. It's really interesting what they do with them too at the end. But you can definitely have 2 boosts for the next piece that you want to check out.
All right, I'm ready to go.
The check is still in there.
Okay.
We're adding dice, and the number of successes are going down.
Yikes!
Hey, as long as there's still successes, it's fine.
It is still successes, yes.
The one I posted actually gives you a cross-section of the actual machine itself.
You just posted a search. I don't... Yeah,
Oh.
Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, don't get too hung up on the exact specifics, because this is definitely a little different than that, but the general
no problem.
look on exterior is similar-ish.
It's,
Yeah, so what part, Vicky and Tommy, did you want that to be?
Tommy knows more about it than Rogue knows more about it than I do. He's just kind of telling me what everything is as I'm going through it and whatnot, and just keeping me informed.
Sure, I guess did you say there was like a propulsion system on that?
Yeah, just kind of how it moves around the whole unit. It's like it
Sure.
tracks at the bottom, basically.
How many total units are there actually?
Let's say let me think if there's anything else of significant importance. So
this is like the final piece then?
there's one more.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one more after this one. There's kind of the ore recapture. So what's interesting about this for you guys in a lot of ways is like the actual lasers are not all that groundbreaking. Like the Rebels have a pretty good link on that. It's just how they're being used from here on out. It's actually more interesting than the Rebels thought. So the last one is kind of what are they doing with the all the scrap ore the scrap rock that's being turned out by this thing.
How many boosts can we get with all those advantages?
Yeah.
That'll be that'll be 3 this time.
3? Okay.
For the next one. Yeah, so for the propulsion, you get a pretty clear idea. Basically, it looks like it's actually an old tank tread that got repurposed for this. It's just a heavy tread.
Does Star Wars actually have tread on anything other than the occasional maintenance droid?
Fan crawlers.
yeah.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I don't think it's certainly not a modern military. Like the Empire does not use many treaded tanks, but there's definitely stuff out there in antiques, scrap.
And boop. Yay!
And the successes go
So
back
many
up.
blanks on that roll. Holy crap! But all the difficulty was threat, so it worked out.
So yeah, the ore recapturing is actually pretty fascinating. If you didn't really care what about a really high yield, I mean, doomium is so rare and expensive that you really want to get every bit you can. But if it was something that you're fine getting 60% of it, this would actually be a really efficient way to just strip mine. It is able to chew up so much at a time, and it recaptures a fair bit of it. So basically, there's a processor inside. So the rock is getting vaporized inside, and the doomium, there's an extraction point there. So there's actually a separate unit that's, again, you're losing a bunch of it, but not as much as it would if you just kind of let it just all get chewed up together. So it's actually a fairly efficient little machine they've got here. And by little machine, I mean it's a giant machine.
So we got what we came here for. We got pretty much all the schematics that we need.
Yeah, you definitely have the level of schematic you need.
Oh, beautiful.
Awesome. So I guess we don't have to sneak out. We can just, well, we don't have to sneak out of this portion. Just
You'll have to sneak her out.
Right.
However, at this point, you hear like a shriek from kind of the back end of the tunnel. So the darker part way behind it. No one's really looking at it. Clearly this is already tunneled out. And the miners all start looking at each other and getting really worried. And they're like, oh, we got so tied up arguing we forgot that, when this thing's not running, the spiders come and roll initiative.
What? Spiders?
Spiders.
Well,
At which end? Our end? Our end? Or
Whose end? Where we're at or where?
So you kind of came in on like a T-junction to the main shaft that this thing is drilling.
Okay.
And so you kind of came in from where you were and where the other two were and took a left to get to where the machine was actually working. This is back to the right. So this is where the machine had been, but no longer is. It's already dug the tunnel back there.
Okay, so vigilance, right?
Yep.
Boop. Hey. It's not terrible.
so if Ragesh or Lulu is going to call Vanris and Arlo, keep in mind Arlo does not have a comm, so Vanris would have to tell him.
Yeah, I'll calm Vanris.
okay. Venus will say, "What's up?"
Yub nub, trouble.
Yeah, just
Spiders.
Okay.
Spiders.
Okay. Venus will drop the tools and give Oro a couple of taps on the back, as if to say, "We're needed."
All right. So Arlo will feign like he's taking a break, as like he's tired out, and head out. Kind of go to the back of the crowd, because I imagine there's a lot of people around still mining that vein.
Yeah, and actually, coincidentally, conveniently, shortly after you start going, after you got in the comm message, there's an alarm that starts going off, and a lot of miners are now picking up tools and stuff and heading in that direction. So it seems like this is an all-hands-on-deck effort.
Oh, okay.
Woohoo!
And as, let's say, it's going to take a little bit of time for the other two to get down there, but we'll start down at the bottom. Has everyone rolled? No.
I haven't rolled mine yet. Hold on.
Go ahead and roll it. It'll just take you...
Vigilance, I imagine?
Vigilance.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get on to combat. Dum-dum-dum-dum.
And the nice thing about this system, by the way, James,
Yeah.
is if you click the little clock thing on the left, it automatically added all that initiative.
Oh,
Although there might be some extra stuff in there from earlier, especially if it hasn't been cleared out ever.
completely extra
So
stuff. Yeah.
not useful right this moment, but
And how do you... Oh, you just sort descending.
yeah.
Oh. That's nice. We won't use it for the moment because it's all gobbledygook. But that's good to know about for the future.
Yeah,
I think.
definitely.
Yeah.
We tried to use that way back, Tommy, but then stopped, I remember.
Well, the
I think
reason
because
why we
Hangouts couldn't
stopped,
go out of the screen, right?
yeah, we didn't have it linked to any sheets, and it was all by everyone's name.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and if you make like actual NPC, like if you make separate character entries, and link their character sheet with it, basically, you can roll it as an NPC, and
Yeah.
it'll automatically add that too.
So all four of you rolled now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, it didn't click out. It's fine. So that's for one, and that's the other.
So it's like 2 humongous spiders?
Yes.
Okay. So I assume Arlo and Vanneris have a bit of time before they can actually catch up and meet up, right? Like they're still a bit far away?
You're going to be starting at medium when it's your turn.
Okay.
Medium, that's fine.
Let me just get this for you guys. All right.
Would any of us recognize it immediately for what it is, and if there's anything?
You haven't seen it yet, but
Right.
the miners are just calling them energy spiders. That's all you know about them.
Okay. Yeah, Arlo wouldn't know much about him. He's not exactly well versed in the galaxy at large.
And they seem like they're coming out of the darkness, and so far, to Ragesh and Lulu, appear to have no issue with like what is utter darkness.
But we can see them just fine, right?
Yes, they're just right kind of at the edge of they're in the penumbra, let's say. It's right where it's starting to kind of have the light and dark intersect.
Okay. Who's up first?
I mean, whoever wants to be. I think everyone's... Oh, no, the spiders might be first. Or
I don't know who's first.
No,
I don't
no.
have a thing.
Arlo has one more than the spiders as... Yeah, so one of us before them.
Okay. I mean, if they dropped like right over by us, Ragesh would quick draw his Rhodian cryogen whip and try to hit the closest one.
All right.
I thought I had my sheet out.
They're adversary 2 and have a defense. And they are silhouette 2, which I don't think makes a difference for you, but would for Lulu, right?
Yes. And
Why?
Because they're bigger than you.
Oh, because I'm tiny.
Yeah. So they'll have a hard time eating you, and you'll have a easy time hitting them.
Why does everybody want to eat me?
Bite size. It's like, well, they probably don't. You're probably not even worth the effort. They want a nice juicy miner instead.
all right.
Well, the Hutt in the last mission tried to eat her, or wanted to eat her.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
He said I made a yummy morsel, and I'm just like, no, please no.
I'm going to take 4 strain, one for double aim, and the other for frenzied attack, and I'll use my energy whip. And the difficulty's all set.
You're using the energy whip?
Or not? No, it's not energy whip. It's a cryogen whip, so it's cold.
Yeah.
Not energy.
That's a lot of advantage.
All right. So
Also, a lot of dice. Hold on. There's something wrong with that roll.
1, 2, 3.
So do you have 7 yellows and a green?
I
I
upgraded
didn't-
twice.
Yeah, that was my fault. I didn't take out their good dice from their roll.
Oh, okay. So
Which is -1 boost and -2 yellow. And all the yellows are basically the same, so I would just say take away 2 success and 2 advantage, because they're almost all 1 success, 1 advantage.
so in that case, it's 12 damage, and I'll actually make it damage, and I'll immobilize, and I'll wipe my strain with all those advantages, And I'll pass a floating boost and a boost to the next.
All right. Actually, I did that math wrong. There we go. A little bit extra. All right, and now it's one of their. And you said you immobilized, right?
Yes.
All right. And they. Sorry, you. What were your maneuvers?
I did aim and then double aim.
Okay. That works. So the one that isn't immobilized will skitter over to you, and it'll actually go after you with its arm. It's trying to like pull you in.
All right. I will use the light side point to dodge because I don't know what these things can do, so definitely don't want to get hit.
There's always coordination dodge too.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm coordination dodging.
Oh, right.
So can I add conveniently in those? What is it? 5 failures?
Not in the roller. But
Okay, that's fine. We'll just count them back.
You can put it in the whatchamacallit?
Modifier.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think it's just 5F.
I'm just using the top piece.
It's actually 6. He's coordination 6.
Oh, there you go. 6F. Then.
Oh.
Or 6F.
You have a coordination cybernetic?
I do.
I didn't know those existed.
They were custom made from the cybernetic creation rules.
Lovely. Well, that's just great. I'll flip to upgrade.
Yeah. So if you had actual NPCs for them, you could have put it in the mod.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
a little tough to do that on an unscripted.
Yep.
All right. So and no defense, Tommy?
Oh, 2 defense.
Remember that we're just you're not
I
laying
don't.
your-
Yeah, just no.
1? Second skin has 1, doesn't it?
1. Yes, you are correct.
Yeah. For all those advantage though, it'll give you a setback, and its buddy a boost because you made a really great dodge, but it's it took you off your feet for a little bit trying to get out of the way.
All right, sounds good.
And then you guys, I think, have a number of turns probably.
All of them, I think, because the other spider only had 1.
Did no one? Oh, no one did do that. Okay.
I can throw that in there. That's fine. So, NPC. There.
Cool. So yeah, you guys have the rest of the turns. So it's medium again for the 2 that are in the tunnel still, and then Lulu is at short.
If someone's going to be firing, they should go first.
I'm going to actually shoot with my compound bow. I'm going to use an explosive tipped arrow.
Isn't one of those still poisoned?
Yes.
Yes. No, I have 2 poisoned arrows.
Yeah, 2 of them are poisoned.
I have 2. Okay, so I will. Thank you for reminding me. I will use the one that is poisoned as well.
As well?
Yeah. The last mission, they extracted some poison from something.
And I dipped 2 of my arrows into the poison.
Yeah.
Right, but
And
I guess at this point that poison might have faded. I think I would.
oh yeah, it would have. You've got a point.
oh, is it a short-lived poison?
Well, it was something they just took off of.
Some fungus.
Yeah, some fungus. Or
Yeah,
whatever
it's
last
probably
mission.
not useful.
Poisons on arrows can last. I took a Hunters and Gatherers class in college, and we looked at some poison darts that were still plenty poisonous.
Fair enough.
That's
But
cool.
you just said as well, so are you somehow using explosive and poisonous arrows?
It's an explosive arrow that is also poisoned.
Yeah, it's an explosive arrow dipped in poison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoot those poison arrows.
The way Jack described it is, whoever's caught in the blast will also be poisoned.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's delightfully bad. Okay.
So I have to get 4 So I have to get 4 advantage for the blast to go off. Is that how that works?
No, 2.
2.
Yeah, two advantage for the blast, and then if you miss, it's 3 advantage.
Okay, gotcha.
And
Alright.
their dice pool is ready.
I think I'm doing this right. Nope.
Wait, that should have been short range.
Oh yeah, I was still set up for melee. You're right. So I will roll a 1d2. A 1 will be the failure. The 2 will be the threat. Oh, but it still would have been a purple, right? It would have.
We have to replace one of them with the purple anyway.
Yeah, let me just make it 1 purple and just re-roll the whole thing.
Oh, I forgot. Wait, they're short?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh. But also, she's still at 0 too.
Oh, yep. So that's now 0 difficulty?
Yeah, that would be simple.
Wow.
And also I get a boost because I have...
Yeah, you have to add that in. So.
Yeah, I have the electronic sighting system, which gives me an aim as an incidental.
Oh, and don't forget, there's a boost to the next person I passed, as well as a floating one, if you wanted to use it.
Oh.
So you can get 2 more boosts, plus do an actual regular aim maneuver yourself, so you can get 4 boosts on this thing.
So I've done the -1 difficulty already, so don't put a -1 difficulty in. So I know what will happen.
How the heck do I add that to my...
Just add 4 boosts. Put it in your pool. Just click off of it and then roll your attack.
Okay. So I have the one from the aim, the one from Rogue?
Ragesh.
From Ragesh, yeah.
Ragesh.
Well, 2 from Ragesh, really.
Okay, 2 from Ragesh. Alright.
And then 1 from aiming again, if you wanted to.
Yeah, might as well.
And you still only use 1 maneuver.
Yeah. Do I get any strain for that? No? Because of the incidental? Okay.
Yeah.
So 4. Let's do that there. And bam.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
She had like everything in her favor.
That's really disappointing.
Yeah.
Wait,
All right,
I thought
yeah,
you said
one
it was
advantage.
simple.
Yeah, but I had adversary too, so it got 2.
Yeah, that's
Oh, so it already had the thing. Gotcha. No problem.
That's a
It's
shame.
It's all good.
That's similar to what I rolled earlier, more or less.
It's all good. I'm okay
It
with
sucks
that.
when boosts do that, man.
Yeah. I mean, I think half the faces on it are blank, right? So.
I think it's
Yeah.
third. I think it's
Third.
1 double advantage, 1 success, 1 single advantage, and 1 advantage success, and then 2 blanks.
Yeah.
Sigh.
Yeah.
Well,
So that happened.
well, you knew you weren't really combat-y, so.
I know. I wanted to try.
So don't forget to note that you no longer have that arrow. But yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
All right. So if Vanris is going to be
No.
pew-pewing, she should go next.
Yeah, okay. As she runs, she'll draw, aim, and she will shoot. So 1 boost for aiming. Difficulty set.
Oh, sorry.
At medium, so you're not moving in, right? You're staying at medium.
Well, you have to
Yeah.
move. You have to move 2 times to get into this tunnel.
Oh, okay. So she had to move to
Okay.
2 times regardless.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so she'll run.
Do you have
Run
quick?
in. No, she doesn't.
Then you might be a little out of luck this turn, unless you go like halfway and then do it.
Yeah, okay, I'll go halfway and do it.
Sorry, I'm not following.
The question is, are you going to run into range and then not draw, or are you going to run not into range and draw?
Run into range and not draw.
Okay.
Okay.
So Arlo will go next. So he's currently at long then? But not in range?
You have to move to medium before you can see them, yeah.
Okay. So what I will do is do an enhance leap, which I can do as a maneuver.
Right.
So roll. And there was still difficulty on there, but
Oh yeah,
I got it. And also, do I need to do another pip to make it a medium range leap? I think I might.
I think you might.
Yeah. So I'll flip and do we have any darkness? Any destiny? We do. Good. Okay. So yeah, I'm in the medium. I'm gonna take the conflict and the strain. I'm backing up the conflict today, apparently. And so now I'm in medium, and I will also take 2 more strain and do it again to get into engaged. I love being able to do this. Again with the difficulty dice.
It's okay. They're going to come into play in a sec.
Yeah.
I think, since you're now engaged.
And so now I'm engaged, and I don't have time to draw my weapons, but I can certainly punch them in the face. Or what passes for the face for spiders.
Spider face. It is ready for you.
Okay. And bam. Ooh, I like it.
Consider the face passed.
Oh, I guess I forgot to say I was hitting with both, so I guess it'll just be 1 hit. But
So you needed an added, yeah.
yeah, that would have been a difficulty. I don't bother with that.
Which one did you leap into? Did you leap into the one that's engaged?
The damage
with Ragesh, right?
Ragesh is not in. Oh, sorry, he's engaged with one, yeah.
Well, yeah, because it moved in.
It moved into him, yeah.
Yeah. So I will use, I think, 2 of those for advantages and 2 of them for success. So I can crit.
Okay, so 4 and 5. How much damage is it?
9 damage.
That is enough.
And I'll be critting it. So
Roll that up. Well, it drops whatever's in its hand.
Great. Love it. It's got a crit on it at least.
It does have a crit on it, you're right.
So maybe it was eating something and it just was just like, yeah, this human looks more tasty.
I think it was going for us anyway, so.
Yeah, it didn't drop anything, but you did, yeah, you have tactic crit onto it.
Yeah. It's something.
And then it's the other one's, the immobilized one's turn?
That's the one I hit, I think, right? That's the one that had damage on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all you guys have gone, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So it is now. It's still not at Ragesh, though it is immobilized. It is going to kind of lift its upper body up and extend its abdomen and try to shoot web at you.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
I won't coordination dodge since we don't have a lot of light side points, so I'll just do just regular dodge. I think I've got dodge 2, but let me confirm that. No, just regular dodge 1, so I'll take 1 strain and do that.
1 dodge, and I've added the upgrade because I'm just rolling it all. And you have a defense we decided, and it's short range. Okay. That's enough to ensnare you. So you're ensnared for...
Why did it only have 1 difficulty?
Because it's short range.
Oh, I guess it's technically a ranged attack, yeah, that's true. Never mind.
Yeah. So you're ensnared for 3 turns.
Oh boy, okay.
And we're back to the top.
Can Arlo punch it again, since he's still engaged with the one?
Or actually, I'm going to let the miners get briefly involved a little bit.
Okay.
Ooh, miners don't fare well. A couple of them come streaming in past Vanris with their tools, and they run over, and it's not pretty.
I'm pretty sure that spider has blades for legs.
Yeah.
Some of the legs are a little bit bladed. Yeah, it's an ugly situation.
So yeah, since Arlo's already engaged with this thing, he's going to equip the both of his tough weapons.
Is that both maneuvers?
Yeah, because I don't have quick draw at all.
Right.
all.
Okay. Remember to add your 1 difficulty if you want to use both of them.
Yep. Well, then you can add that, right? Or no?
Well, but it's a thing you're adding.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it then.
Then I can just leave it for the next person who attacks them.
Works.
And I'll flip. Get you guys a little bit more light side.
Surely that's your only reason. Oof. I think I'll just take that result. I don't want to
Okay.
high on the conflict. So it'll just
This
be,
is the same one, right?
yeah, it'll just be 9 damage,
Okay.
and I'll get a strain back for that one.
Okay.
By the way, can we move the tokens just so that we've got a good representation of who's closest to what and all that good stuff?
Yeah, you guys should. I'll move the spiders a little bit apart, but you guys should be able to put yourselves wherever.
So wouldn't Ragesh be
Yeah, we're going to be right in the face of the
of this
mobilized one, right? Or
No,
another
I
one?
was short range from the immobilized one.
Yeah, so he's engaged with the healthy one
Gotcha.
because it came after you. Remember, you dodged.
So am I kind of like in the middle or
Thereabouts. I mean,
You're
it's not
like
exact.
back here, like kind of where you are, somewhere back here.
right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a spider has a turn now, and let's see, the healthy one it still wants to go after Ragesh. It's not willing to give up yet.
All right, so since we've got some light side now, I don't want to take all the light side, so I'll just do regular dodge and take another strain.
All right, and you have a defense.
Yeah.
It's aiming, so you're just regular dodging.
Yep. Nice.
Ugh. All right, what are we looking at for the despair?
Let's see. Oh, I know. How about for the despair? It actually cuts some of the webbing that I'm entangled in. So
I was just about to suggest that.
yeah, so maybe 2 turns get knocked off of it.
So you're saying this is your last turn in it then?
Well, yeah. Once it's my turn, I'll dock it. I'll dock it again. So it's got 2 on it now, or 1 on it.
I mean, for something like a despair, it could flat out.
I do okay with it going away, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. It came after you with one of its bladed feet and conveniently chopped you free.
Sweet.
And then for all my advantage, I will give you a setback. I'm going to give setback to you and Lulu. She's a little bit scared about what's going on here. There's a big old spider. And it's like last time you did a pretty good job dodging away. This time it's a lot closer. And then for the last 2, I will pass a boost to the other one.
So Arlo will shout to Lulu, turn the laser back on. Oh, no, well, actually, he wouldn't know that, so never mind. No, Arlo wouldn't say that. But Lulu would know that, because they said it right before the spider showed up.
Yes, I would.
You guys have 3 turns now, so.
Okay. So Arlo went.
Yeah, Arlo already went, yeah.
Can I realize that I'm not a good shot and just try to think of what else I can do? Be like, I'll try to remember what the guy said.
I mean, you probably wouldn't
Well,
remember.
yeah,
It's
I
like
might
2
be able
minutes.
to set up some boost for you. So I'll attack. I can move out of the way to give you a shot and
Okay.
attack. So and hopefully get some boost for you.
All right, why don't you? Yeah, you'll do that, and then I'll try to shoot it again. And if it doesn't work, I'll try to figure out what else to do.
Right, so I've got 2 setbacks. I'll add those setbacks so you don't have to worry about it, James.
Perfect. Let me make sure everything is set up correctly. Now it is. Oh, hold on one sec. Don't want to give you all of his good dice. All right, now you're good.
All right, so I'm going to take maneuver to get within short range instead of engaged. I'm going to take another maneuver and take 2 strain so that I can aim. And I'm going to take another 2 strain for frenzied attack.
Cool.
Alright, so here goes. Let me make sure I've got the frenzied attack in there. Click off there. Yes, alright. Combat sheet. Here we go.
Oof.
Well then, I
That
will take that.
that should be entertaining.
And so I am going to immobilize the one closest to me. That was the one I was attacking.
The healthy one?
Yeah, the healthy one.
Okay.
And so it's immobilized. I'm also going to stagger it, and I will do 14 damage to it, lethal.
14
But then you've got
lethal.
that despair.
Right. 14 minus 7 is 8. Okay. It's a good shot. Don't know why it didn't show up. Let me check his. Huh. You guys can't see the damn. Oh, because I don't have a threshold on there. Yeah. That could be a good reason why.
Can you put a net token on it just so that we see that it's immobilized?
Yep.
Yeah, the little icon thing.
Yep. Let's see. Net.
I've noticed there's no good token on there for prone.
Oh, for prone, I just turned the token over
Yeah.
on its side.
Yeah.
Okay. And for the despair, though, it the mining laser and all of your lights dim just a little bit. And it's going to recover a little bit of health, just a little bit, and get a boost on its next turn.
Okay. Oh, and so I've got, I will pass the boost along to Lulu.
Cool. And then as everything goes dim for a second, the miners start yelling out like, "No, it's draining, like, look out."
Oh, at that point, I mean, we should turn the mining laser off.
On.
I
Well,
thought
'cause
they
right
were-
now-
I thought they were drawing the energy from the light.
Yeah, it was sucking the energy.
Wait,
I'm
so
just
do we
curious
want
why
the-
the spiders would show up when the laser's off if they're trying to drain from the laser.
Because that's what the guy said. He said that they come when it's off.
Yes. I mean, for a understanding your characters might not have is it feeds on the energy. So this is just kind of player knowledge at this point. But
Yeah.
not that much energy is dangerous for it.
Okay, so turning it back on would be the better idea.
And that still would have been the idea we would have in our heads too, or at least you and Ramesh would, because of what
Yeah.
they said.
Well, after hearing that, I just kind of look at Rogesh and go, shoot or turn on?
You know, actually, Ragesh is confused at this point. I mean, I'm not going to go with player knowledge, so
Yeah.
I'm just.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, no, because we hear the miners
the
freaking
miners
out
did
too.
say that it comes when the laser is on low power. So your character would know that turning it on may have an effect. If not to drive it away, it would keep it from showing up. So you could probably put those two together, though.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I do. I look at Rogesh. Shoot or turn on?
yeah. Go turn on.
I go turn the laser on.
All right, it's going to be an average mechanics check for you,
Okay.
but I'll give you a boost. I'll flip.
Well, do I still get the boost from Rogesh?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'll give you another boost outside of that because you actually have gained a fair familiarity with some of the systems. Like you've never seen the control panel, which is where the setback, but you do have some familiarity with how the whole thing works.
Okay. So, and you're good on your end, right?
I am good on my end.
Boop.
All right.
That works.
It is on.
I don't know what to do about the advantage.
You got it very nice. You've got, let's say you've got it on, but it's not running, so there's no danger to people. You've got like it powered up, but it's not like spinning and all the dangerous stuff it could do.
Okay.
So no one's at risk, but you're hoping that it'll drive it away.
Okay, that works.
That makes sense.
It's still in the warm-up
So
phase.
I'm like, there.
Throw boosts at people.
Sure. Yeah, I'll give you a boost since you're going next, and I'm giving it to you because I'm like, I got it on, I got it on, I got it on. Do something.
Okay, and because you've got 3 more advantage to spend.
No, some of those were spent to make it not dangerous.
Yeah, I was about to
Oh.
say. So.
Rating it right.
Okay.
Okay, so there you go. So I use the other to give Vanris a boost, by saying, I got it on, do something.
Okay. She will draw, aim, and fire.
All right. What are you firing with?
I'm firing with my C10 because it's the only concealable-ish weapon that she can carry into a
Okay.
mine. Because the precision marksman rifle would stand out like a sore thumb.
Fair enough.
Okay, so there's a boost for aiming. Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Don't forget the strain for your second maneuver, too.
Oh, that's what, 1 or 2?
2.
2, okay, done.
And which one are you aiming for?
Preferably the
That
one that's
one, I
not
think.
in Arlo's face.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. I am ready.
Oh, I nearly forgot that as well.
Go for it.
Here we go. Okay, right. 8, that's 9 damage.
Nothing happens. Blaster bolt hits it and just it doesn't even leave a wound. It like disappears. It flashes right out.
Dang.
So much for that.
She swears in Mandalorian.
I look over at her and I go, what?
And then I will throw the 2 advantages into a setback for this one.
All right.
I mean, you didn't really affect it, so I don't know if you can...
No, you can always. You don't have to cause damage or anything for the setbacks.
Yeah, true.
And with the 1, what can I do with 1 advantage? I don't know.
Pass a boost, recover a strain. That's about it.
I'll
Notice
recover.
something. Yeah.
Okay, I'll notice something about it then. With
Yeah. I
1.
mean, so you can definitely see that now that the laser's back on, they're starting to back away a little bit, and you definitely, from what you can tell, your energy blast. It's not even that the armor prevented it, or like it's chitinous outside protected it. It's just that the energy was absorbed, basically.
Okay. With the thingy spinning up, Venus will also say something like, fall back and let the laser do its job.
I am perfectly okay with that plan.
I forgot the energy spider would have had to make a fear check because it got to engage with me. I don't know if it would have mattered.
It's not afraid of you.
Fair enough.
It's hungry for you. Do we have one more turn, or is that it?
That was all of us.
All right. So, and this one went already. So it's this one. This one's going to back up
It's
to.
immobilized.
No, this one's immobilized.
It has the net on it. That's why it's...
Right. The right one is immobilized.
Yes.
The left one has a turn right now,
Gotcha.
and it will back up to just short from you, and it will shoot web at you.
I have one
Yeah.
defense.
1 defense?
Yep.
Okay. So we're looking at 1, 0. Will you be flipping or anything?
I'm not super concerned about the web, especially if it's... nah, no flip.
Okay. Ooh, it gets you, so that's 5, which doesn't do anything. And it can't... So it, like, slams into you, but it doesn't, like, get wrapped around you in a...
I'll say it basically like it hits my arm or something, and I managed to kind of block it almost.
Yeah. It doesn't manage to lash you with it.
Yeah. All right, so
Back
top
to
of the round again.
Yep.
If anyone's, I guess Lulu's the only one that could shoot it potentially.
Did you want me to? I'm currently like medium from it.
Nah, it might be best if you go after someone sets it up if you're going to do that. Unless you wanted to make some kind of like knowledge check to find out what we maybe should do.
Oh, that's an idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting I'm playing a really smart character.
When I first looked at your sheet, I was like, what?
I'm a brainy little Ewok. It's awesome.
Yeah, she had almost exactly enough XP to get through to dedication, like without having to do a session.
Hmm.
All right, difficulty is set.
Okay. Figuring out what the spider thingies are. And go.
Okay, so you've actually heard about these before in your wanderings around the Outer Rim, or at least a very similar, if not exactly the same. They're on the mines of Kessel, the mines where spice is mined from, or I guess kind of converted into glitter stim there. So basically, in the ones in Kessel are fed kind of pure rill and put out glitter stim, which is a much enhanced version. They are drawn to energy, but are afraid of like very intense light, which now is probably why you think now that the laser's on, they're attracted to it because it's a huge energy source, but it's also so bright while it's operating that they don't like being around it really. On the flip side, for the threat, you can't think of a real weakness that they have or anything. That's about all you're going to remember about them.
Aside from they don't like bright lights.
Yes, yeah, but
That's perfectly acceptable.
you're not positive if these are the same ones, the same species that you find on Kessel, or just similar. But you're pretty sure that they're at least similar genus, if not same species.
Okay.
And then let's see. Oh, this one is ensnared, so it, I guess, will try to web. It'll try to web Rogesh again. It wants
Trident snares.
It wants a snack to take home.
You're not allowed to have him.
I,
He's not yours.
since I don't really have to dodge and snare, and since it's ensnared, I'm just going to do a regular dodge again. I won't
Alright.
soak up the light side point.
This kind of reminds me of Shelob a little bit.
Oof. For the despair, you could have this one just kind of peace out.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
All right, this one just
Cool.
skitters
It just
away.
gets mad and just goes, fuck it!
Well, it is ensnared, so we'll say that it wants to run at. We can tell it's trying to get away.
So
Yeah.
you let it.
Actually, yeah. Let's just let it. Let's just let it go.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the ensnared is basically from your whip, right? So
Right,
you can just
I
say
just let it
you
go.
can tell it's trying to run away, so you just let it go.
Yeah, that's reasonable. All right, so just this one now. And you guys have 3 turns. And it
Also,
did, remember the last
Commander's-
time, it did back away from you.
Hmm?
It moved away from you last turn, so now it's short from Arlo and Rogesh.
How much damage was that?
4.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't get through. So
Yeah.
okay.
The webbing is mostly about the
yeah,
ensnaring rather than the damage.
Yeah, the web is a setup move.
So if anyone's doing anything at range, now's the time.
Is it
Yeah,
a short
okay.
range from Ragesh or no?
It backed up a bit, so maybe medium.
Okay.
Let's see. Aro come forward. It is at medium 2 now. Yeah.
Okay, can I take a shot at it?
Do you not remember what happened last time you took a shot?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Do
You
have
maybe
another
throw a
type
rock
of
or something.
I see her go to ready to take a shot, and I go, no, it likes energy. It'll eat it. No, it doesn't like light. If you have something very bright and shiny, you can use that. But no shooty.
No shooting.
Vanders could
Okay.
potentially flip to have like a flashbang.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll flip to have a flashbang.
Yeah, it doesn't like anything bright.
Like a concussion.
Bright light, bright light. Gremlins.
Stay in the light. Stay alive.
Let's see here.
Grenades are...
Just a concussion grenade?
Could also be potentially a stun grenade. I'm just checking here to see what it could be.
Oh, yeah, stun grenade. Either. I think they're really similar.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone wants
Let's
to
go
grab
stun grenades. Concussion grenades are restricted, stun grenades aren't. So it's a stun grenade.
It's going to be a stun grenade, yeah.
I'm looking at that. There's got to be a problem in the data set somewhere because it's saying it has a critical of
Is
6.
there
I didn't know that
a
was possible.
way that she can maybe get a boost for that because I'm telling her to use that they don't like the light and not to use her gun?
I'm gonna say no in this case because it was pretty
tried.
clear last time that wasn't gonna work. So you're at medium right now, Vanners. You're at the long side of
Okay,
medium.
yeah, she'll advance.
Yeah, you have to get into short to throw it. So
Yeah. Let me set up the pool.
Okay, I'll do a standard ranged light attack.
Yep,
So I'll
it's
go
ready whenever
straight
you
to
are.
skills. Okay, so let me get into skills. Okay, combat. Here we go. Okay, here we go.
No dice. Or
But it just does it go off anyway?
no,
Well,
you 3 advantage.
3 advantage for it to go off. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn thing's a bloody dud.
Sigh.
All right. Ragesh will move into. Or actually, are you all set? I mean, what do you want to do with those 2 advantages?
Oh, I'll give Rakesh a boost.
Cool. Ragesh will
Send it into the light. Send it into the light.
Let's see if I can get another boost in there. Yeah, I will do a free aim, and I will take strain once again for frenzied attack because he does that.
Let me check. All right, now it's ready.
All right, cool. All right, it's ensnared and staggered.
is that what a short range attack should be? Difficulty wise?
With the whip? Yes.
Oh, yeah, because the whip is still technically a melee attack, so it's all.
Yeah,
It's 2.
yeah, it's always yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's always average.
So 13 damage, ensnare and immobilize, or ensnare and stagger.
All right. I mean, at this point, yeah, the miners rush over and just start hacking it. I mean, it can't do.
Actually, yeah, let's let that be the triumph that it's just done.
Yeah, because you're gonna spend all next turn just beating up on it, and it's they start just like hacking pieces of it off. Like their laser cutters are it's as gory as it was when when they charged it the first time. They're returning the favor.
And can we say with maybe another part of that triumph is that they don't even care that I'm using a weapon that's not standard. It's like, where do you get that? Who cares?
Yeah, and you actually notice a couple other people.
And also, nobody notices I'm there. Hey, doesn't care that I'm there.
Well, they know you're there. You're the mechanic.
Well, they don't care. Oh, that's right. I forgot.
They don't care.
Retract.
Yep, you have a few people that think you're a mechanic. You're fine.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Brain fart.
No, I mean that you actually, Tommy, also see other people like miners with items that like, they're not probably as exotic as your whip, but like they're definitely not standard miner equipment. Like this has happened before.
Ah, got it. Well, in the, chaos, aftermath, whatever, let's just get out of there. And
Yeah, let's skedaddle.
All right. So it's going to be, you can actually choose on this one, stealth or cool.
I think stealth is probably the best bet
You
because
can choose individually, and you can still blend it like a usual.
like individually we can choose which one, and then
Yeah, it's like, do you get out unnoticed, or do you get out like hidden, kind of?
just
All right.
for
but like Regesh's stealth successes can still cover everyone else, for example.
or my
Correct.
cool successes.
Yeah, or you're cool, either one.
Even though I can't use Master of Shadows, I think in this case Ragesh would just definitely use cool because it's like, oh, okay, let's just walk out.
Yeah, you're basically just walking out while everyone's like, holy cow, what's going on?
All right.
Are we walking out like in Reservoir Dogs?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's
can I
zero
just-
difference between stealth or cool for me. So
Can I just jump on to Rogesh's back as a backpack and just kind of go that way?
Training you must. Yum, yum.
Oh, sorry, I hit the initiative cool instead of cool, so 1 second.
It's all good. I hadn't confirmed difficulty anyways.
Yeah, I just kind of jump onto it. Like, I just want to jump onto his back because I'm still really hot and a little exhausted from the heat now that the laser's back on.
Makes sense.
And also, I'm starting to actually physically shake from the fact that there were 2 giant spiders that probably could have eaten me. And I'm like, why does everything have to be so big? And why does it always want to try to eat me?
let me know when the difficulty's good.
You're good.
Oh,
Oh, yikes.
that is painful.
Wow.
Ow.
I can only handle 2 of those failures.
Yeah.
I'm on his back.
Maybe everyone else will.
Oh, you still have to make a roll, I think.
Me?
Okay. Okay. Here I go. Wish me luck. Nope.
Yeah, I don't think we're passing this, guys.
Oh, memento. My cool's not terrible. So give me a second.
So
Yay.
We are. We can pass it.
We can make it so that Vanris. We can make it
Vanris
so
is
that
fine.
only Arlo is left.
And I feel like Arlo, they wouldn't care because they saw him going crazy with the actual mining and finding good stuff.
that's what I'm trying to. Had it just been that advantage, I would have said they noticed you leaving, but they're like, oh, like great job today. See you tomorrow.
Right.
There's a bit of a complication. Is
I
there?
know.
Do you have any good ideas for this one? This is kind of a.
I've got nothing.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a backpack.
Because I can't think of why they'd have a problem with me anyway.
Dude, you're on your own.
Well, the only thing I could think of would be like, is they're like, well, you can't, where are you going? Like,
No, you're exhausted. There you go.
Yeah, because they did just see me probably taking on one of the spiders head to head too.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's just
oh.
like, yeah, I'm gonna get a drink. I'll come back later. I'll come back tomorrow or something.
And
Yeah.
he force leapt as well.
I mean, that's not necessarily in and of itself something that stands out, other than being a good leap.
I mean, for despair, someone might suspect that you're force sensitive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the despair necessarily was going to mean in this case.
Yeah, I like that idea. Doesn't have
There
to be
you go.
connected exactly to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure out kind of the wrap up what that actually works out to, because I've got 2 different ideas about how that could work,
Okay.
but it can definitely play to that angle. But yeah, you guys make it back and manage to get out back to your ship on the planet. But there's definitely a trail behind you that we can talk about now when we do our wrap up. So let's just run through the easy stuff first. Is someone kind of taking notes on this?
Yeah, I'll mark it down.
Okay. 15 base. I will give you +1 for the very detailed report you got on the mining equipment.
Yay.
Woohoo!
I'll give you +2 for. Actually, I'll give you +1 for scaring off the spiders, and +1 because the miners fared okay. A couple of them got gobbled up, but it was not like a wholesale slaughter like it had been in the past. So let me think. Any other stuff? Oh, I actually really liked the scene with the whole thing with him.
Yeah.
So like,
From the get-go.
so like +1
I'll
for the whole.
that. All told, like
Okay.
the first and second visits were both really great.
What about how well they basically got Lulu through the checks? Like, people didn't actually find me.
Yeah, I'll give one more kind of generic, like good planning.
Yeah, like it was a solid plan that actually worked.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to get at.
All right, so that's 21. Unless someone's got something really good, that seems like a pretty decent
I was
spot.
going to say the all-access security keycard
That we never used.
that we never used.
That was just the result of a check. Like that wasn't. I think not anything for that.
If we had needed it, that might be not something else. But
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely had a plan, and we succeeded with it.
with the exception of
pretty
that
good.
first bit. But yeah.
Well, you improvised as it went on.
Yeah. All right. So there's the XP, at least. Did we get a
Okay.
payout from the rebellion?
Yeah, they'll give you 2,500 credits each.
Cool.
It would have been more had you brought anything of interest back, but they got what they asked for in the very minimum. And then let's see. So why don't we do your morality now? I don't think you picked up anything after that initial 4.
No, I got some conflict from Darkseid.
Oh, sorry, yeah, narrative I meant, but you're right. You have some for using dark side points. So go ahead and roll that.
Okay. I had 6 total? Yeah.
It's a lot.
Ooh, and that's doubled, so I'm down
Yeah.
6.
What does
How
that
much
put you at?
XP?
That puts me at... Hold on. 85.
Oh, that's
So I lose a strain touch.
85,
Yeah.
not a bad spot.
Okay. What XP?
So I guess that's right. It's the end of the session. Never mind.
Yeah, so everyone can also have a point of resource acquisition duty. And I'll give Vanris 2 because this was her duty that was rolled.
Seven. That's cool.
Would it be specifically resource acquisition? 'Cause I know before we've just kind of lumped it all into...
Oh, yeah, sorry. If you have something you'd rather put it into, that's fine. But if you don't, resource acquisition is...
Yep,
Good.
resource acquisition's fine. What was the awarded XP
I don't think I
total?
have that one.
Well, it doesn't matter, as long as you have a duty.
Oh yeah, I
You
do.
don't have to have it. I'm just saying that was my suggestion because that's what you did. But you could also probably make this an argument for other stuff too.
Cool.
So here's where things get a little interesting, is on the obligation change. Like, on one hand, you were recorded taking this guy down in his office. And you were identified as force sensitive. So I'm thinking there might have been a way that they could have kind of pieced back together, like, had it made it back to, like, the higher up in Besadii, could have maybe figured out who was responsible for this. So part of me says your obligation might even go up a little bit.
Yeah.
The other side, what was that, Tom?
No, I said yeah. That's a good argument.
Yeah, but part of me also says, the idea here is for it to go down. So, but I would not say you necessarily did anything that would make it go down.
That's true. That's the other thing. Yeah, we didn't really affect the anger of Besadii at all.
Right, you have not either made them more afraid, so they're less want to get back at you, or more
Yeah,
friendly
I mean, that's something that, yeah, I forgot to think about that while we were adventuring, because then we could have thought of some ways to affect that. But as it
There weren't a lot of
now-
opportunities to really stick it back to Besadii,
So I'll go for a
outside of potentially sabotaging that laser. But
Yeah.
We didn't do.
We'll go like a 1d3 plus 2. So it'll be between 1d2 plus 2. We'll go up between 1d3 plus 1. We'll go up 3 or we'll go up 4. And that'll be instead of like, Inquisitorius or anything. Like people, you're not getting reported to the Empire, getting reported to Besadii. They're like, there's a Force user here and he was like jumping like crazy or whatever. All right, so we'll go up to 12. And then let's do Merp first. Nominations.
I'll nominate Lulu. Just always sticking in character and whatnot. So pretty consistent RP throughout.
I may be a bit biased as her husband, but I will second that.
Definitely Lulu, and I've just voted.
All right, it is Lulu, I think.
Oh, thank you.
So you get an extra XP for that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What is our total XP anyway?
21.
21. Cool.
Yeah. And then MVP.
I think it almost has to be Ragesh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He
definitely.
either assisted with a ton of checks or made them
I
himself.
was gonna say, he either made or assisted on basically every check that was a non-combat check. So I think that makes sense to me then.
Cool.
Congratulations, Ragesh.
Woohoo! Yay, that's
Any
awesome.
other wrapping up your business to take care of? Thank you,
we're
Tom,
good.
for remembering your 3 credit taxi fare.
Oh, and the 25
I
for the
did.
stay.
Oh, I don't have to pay that because I was in a box.
It's
That's
true.
true.
Haha.
You're
You
gonna
don't have to pay either of them.
Oh, wow, that's slightly convenient, honestly.
I mean, it's like nothing, but
I know, but it's just funny that like I was
principle of
a
the
little
thing.
sad I had to be in a box, but then it's just like, hey, you got to do all this other stuff and you don't have to pay this. It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah. Thanks for jamming, James.
minor victories.
That was pretty
was
solid
cool.
content for 4 hours on an just obligation rule. So good job.
I'm glad. I was a little worried that it was going to get a little off the rails somewhere. But I'm glad it worked out.
it certainly had the potential to go off the rails when we completely failed to deceive that administrator. It
Yeah.
just didn't work.
He's like, hey, it's you.
Yeah, so you had a couple threats there that helped you get remembered, not just noticed, but remembered, and then that despair at the end kind of sealed the deal.
Yeah, makes sense though. All right, I have to head out, but I'll put this recording up either late today or early tomorrow.
Awesome. And then was there a recording from the last session of Jack's Adventure?
I think.
Yeah, I did. I put it up in the.
Yeah, didn't
folder.
you do it?
I didn't see it
yeah.
in the playlist.
I'll put it up then.
Cool.
I'll go
Because
take a
there's
look.
a chance we rolled one of the other new obligations that I didn't know too much about. Jack had sent me a little blurb, but I tried to catch up on it, but it was not.
You could have asked me or potentially Vicky. We would have known. And
Yeah,
or-
I was just trying to keep things a little more mysterious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna head out. But it was nice to meet you, Vicky. Glad you could
Yes,
join Dan
nice
and
to
play.
finally meet you and play. I've heard your voice many a day.